Hello. All right. Go ahead and I'm going to start. Letting everyone in. And I'm going to join myself from the other computer. And here we go. All right. And on both sides. Hi there. How's it going? Hi, Becky. Hi, Molly. Nice to see you twice. Hi, Pretty Emerald. Can you change your name to Linda or should I do it for you? Hi, Alan. Hi, Alicia. And Elaine. You're all here. Most of you guys have your names in and now. And thank you, Alicia, for writing. And everyone see how Alicia said hi? And so did Linda. Go ahead and say hi in the chat. There we go. Okay. So, how's it going? Let me change Linda's name. 1 second. To Linda Lopez. And there we go. All right. Oh, hi, Alan. Okay. We have I'm closing this file. I was just teaching another class where I had 3 things open, so I'm closing them up for a second here. And so that I can focus on this. Now, I'm going to open up our Padlet for Excel. And I'm going to share that link with you here in the chat so that if you haven't posted yet from last week, or if you will post this week, then there's your link for Excel. And guys, I just wanted to tell you that today is the last Excel number 1 class, and that we have one more class, and I'm sharing my screen with you guys. Excel number 2 that starts next week, and the CRN for Excel 2 is, there we go, 81206. And I'm not sure if you're all signed into it or not. I have 17 people, but some of these people are people who were signed up to this one and never came. So if you're not in this class, it's the same. It's please go ahead and register for it. I can give you now a roster. I'm going to check in on the roster to see, I can show you the roster to see if you are in it or not, but I need to sign in first. Meanwhile, yes, Molly, hi, what's your question?
Well, I was reviewing the class, and as far as the recording, and I got myself into trouble. It says you typed an invalid name for a sheet or chart. Make sure that the name that you typed, so forth and so on. And I say okay, but I don't know what happened with that.
All right, so give me a second so that I can, I'm going to share this roster for a second to see if it is or isn't, and then we'll get straight into that question. All right, so here's the roster for people who are registered in next week's class, the one that starts next week. So if your name is here, fine. If your name is not here and you need to sign in, for example, Elaine, I don't see you there. Lorena, I don't see you there. There's so much to, Alicia is there, Alan is there, Molly, are you there? Nope, Molly,
that-
you're not in it.
No,
So Becky is there. So basically right now I have Linda, Alan and Becky and Alicia are there, but the rest of you guys are not. So please go register for that. Let me just say that the schedule for the class is slightly different. It's going to be a little bit shorter. Instead of finishing at 3:40 like Excel 1, it's going to finish at 2:45. So it's 12:30 to 2:45. And then instead of being 3 weeks, it's 4 weeks because we have 4 meetings instead of 3 meetings to make up that difference in time. Okay. So please sign up to that one so that we can continue with our class. Excel has a lot to learn, and these are like, they kind of follow each other. We're beginning to find our way around in Excel 1. We're going to get much more comfortable with it in Excel 2. Excel 3 wasn't offered this summer because there was no time, but it will be offered in the fall and in the spring, and that is getting into some more advanced, really getting into more advanced stuff in Excel, but you can't get there until you're done with 1 and 2. All right. So if you have any questions about that or how to register or something like that, let me know. Other than that, I'm going to answer Molly's question. Anyone else who came up with anything that any questions that you have from last week, please let me know. And Molly. Okay.
okay, I'm screen sharing.
Yeah, you are screen sharing. And what's your
Okay.
question again?
Okay. There you go, the pop-up.
You typed an invalid name. So what
It could
tried to typing or you just started writing?
it could have been practice.
It could be that you have a space in front. Like go ahead and go back. Type a back arrow. You can't have a space and say okay to that first, or you can't do anything without saying okay.
Okay.
And now see over there, it looks like you have an extra space at the beginning. I don't know. Take a backspace on your keyboard. You're already in there. There's like between formatted and practice, you have
right.
highlighted a name there. So click in there. Okay, so I don't know what's happening. Say okay to that.
I think it's that one.
Yeah, say okay to that. Until you say okay to that message, it says you typed an invalid. You can't even leave it. Hit escape. Escape for the escape.
Yeah.
There. So it's sheet 3 again. Okay. So now go double click on sheet 3 again and let's do this again. Double click on sheet 3. The name sheet 3.
Sheet 3.
Well, the one that wasn't working a second ago is way back there. Sheet 3. That one. Double click. And now write something else. I think you just had write whatever you want to write. Call it test. I don't know. Just type on your keyboard and write test. Okay, and hit return or enter and click away. And then it's working. You probably had an extra space there, and that's not allowed in the by the way, where you had to write test was down there in the tab. Now you also wrote it up in a cell, but it was in the tab. Do you see the tab between formatted and practice and see how the word test is in there now? Go down to your sheets in the very bottom, point it with your mouse. When you say, I want to make sure you point down to your tabs.
Oh, tab.
The sheet at the bottom is all your sheets. Down there, where it says begin, sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3.
Yeah.
The one that you just renamed is furthest to the right. You might have Zoom in the way. Keep going to the right. Keep going to the right. There. You just passed it. One back.
Test.
That's the one that you just named. That's where we want the name, not up in the cell. Now you have a ton of empty sheets here that probably have nothing. So let me show you all, guys, since I don't think I showed you last week, how to get rid of a sheet. Go to sheet 5. Everyone who doesn't have an extra sheet to get rid of, just click on the little plus sign that's at the end of the sheets that you have, right click, and then go up to the very top of this thing and say delete. And now go back to sheet 2. Right click and say delete. And yep, there we go. Sheet 2. And since that one did have something, it had a little P on it, it's asking you, are you sure you want to continue? Say yes, delete. There's a little P written in that one. The other one had nothing. Now hit the word delete. Yeah, up there, the choice alert, hit the word delete. You're almost there, yeah, delete. Now go back to sheet 4 and so on and so forth. Get rid of all your empty sheets. Go back to sheet 4. There's nothing in it, so this one will delete easily. When there's something in it, it asks you, are you sure? As sheet, I think 7. This one has stuff on it, so don't delete it. This one you were practicing something, so you might want to double click on the name sheet 7 and call it extra. Just call it anything extra right now. Just no, don't click anywhere. Just go to your keyboard and write, because you're not supposed to write on a cell. Just on the sheet 7 where you double clicked. Don't click in there. Go back down to sheet 7.
Sheet 7. Sheet 7.
There, you just double clicked it. That's there for sheet 2, right? So double click on it again, because now you lost the thing, and now write extra or here, anything, any word. Yeah, so that's where you're writing the name of the tab, okay? Not in a cell. Perfect.
Oh, okay,
And then now click on sheet 1. There's one more to the left. That this one has some practice in it. So go ahead and instead of deleting it, double click, and there's nothing really important here, so you could delete it. But I don't know if you're on row 6, so if you scroll up, maybe there's something important. Don't delete it right now. Just say extra 2, test 2. I don't know. Call it something. But you know it's something. You don't have to name your sheets, you guys. Hit return or enter or click away, and there you go. So now you have everything that's down here has a name, and technically there's something in them. The empty ones deleted fine. One of them had a letter P, and so it asks, oh, are you sure you want to delete me? Because there's data that's going to be deleted, and so on and so forth. You don't have to name your sheets, but once you have more than 2 and you need to go back and forth, it is really good to label them so that you know which one to go to, which one has your invoices, is your budget, your income, your, you know, whatever it is that you're writing in there. So yeah, cool. There it worked. Great question. Anyone else has any questions? Anything else anyone wants to say? Nope. All right. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to share my screen with you. And what we're going to do now is hopefully you all have the files that were the class files, so to say, and you know where they are. And if so, I'm going to share my screen where the class files are, and I'm going to file, Finder, share. Here, and here, and here, and here. Oh, not that one. Stop my share. I'm sharing the wrong thing. The thing is with Excel that when I'm first sharing, it doesn't want to share itself. And at the very beginning, I can't share Excel. I'm going to have to share Excel once I have it open. So I'm going to go to my Finder, or if you're on a PC, your Windows Explorer. And this is where I have my class exercises. And I want us to open the Flash Fill. If you don't know where your files are, you downloaded them 2 weeks ago. So go to your downloads folder and hopefully there you'll find them. And once you find them, Excel 1 Flash Fill is the one we're going to open. Double click on that one. And this thing will open up. And I will now share this window that I'm saying will open up because that's the one that you're not seeing. And share Excel. Cool. So Excel doesn't share my opening screen, but it does share once I open it. And when we get to this one, you'll discover that the first page has nothing. And you're like, oh, why are we doing this? Well, look down at the sheets. There's some stuff on sheet 2 and sheet 3, but we're going to first use miscellaneous practice, and we're going to learn a little bit of stuff up here. Last week, we finished with the last thing that we did was formulas, and I'm going to share the Padlet now. And I'm going to share the link for the Padlet. I'm going to put it in the chat again. Some of you showed up after I put the link in the Padlet. click on the Padlet link so that later when it's time to post, you have it up and going and ready to go. So that link that I just put in the chat, please click on it so that this will open up on your computer on a browser, any browser. And here we have some posts of what we did last week. Now, I just want to say that whoever posted this one, now you might not know who you are because they all look kind of similar, but if this looks like it's yours, and they all look the same, it's written the right way. And so if you look at yours and it says maybe wrong with 3 N's or something like that, if it looks like this one is yours, or don't not, that would be like a typo. That might help you notice that this one is yours. Then please go over here and edit and add your name, okay? Because I need to know who posted to see who's doing the work. All right, so look at your file from last week and see if you can do that. And if you are like, oh, I don't know where my last week's file is, one thing you can do is you can go into your file and recents and find your recent files. Let me show you on a Mac. You would go up to File, Open Recents, and then Open Recents. There you would have, you would see, and the one that we did was Begin Formatting. That's the one that we worked on last week. And then when you open that, there you would have it, okay? And I'm gonna share mine, because I just opened it. So this here in Excel, this is the one that we worked on last week, okay? So if you open that one and you see that there's 3 N's or a done not right, that means that was you. Then go ahead and do another screenshot. No, not do another screenshot. Update your screenshot on a PC. So this is on a Mac. You would go up to File, Open Recents. On a PC, you would go to the Word file that's to the left of Home, and down there you would see the Open Recents. Okay, so this was also to get you to practice how to open recent things. It only has a short list, like 10 or something like that, of possible recent things that it opens up. Okay. All right. So, oh, this is not what I wanted to show. I wanted to be on Excel. Here we go. Now, if I'm in Excel and I want to go back and forth on the 2 files I opened, I have the new one that I just opened, but I also have the one that I have the one from last week. I just showed you that I opened the one from last week. So where is it? So if I go up again, and again, PC people have it right here, but Mac people, you go up to the very top where I told you to say File Open, and if you keep going to the right, you'll have a window. And under Window, you'll see here that you have both of these are open, and you click on one, and then you see the other one, or Window, Excel, and you see the first one. So that's how you would switch from one to the other of the 2 Excel class files, or files in general. Now, another way, and now I'm going to share my entire screen with you. Hold on, because this is a big screen, so you'll see things pretty tiny, but just for Mac people. So here I have both of my Excel files, and if I see them both, I can go from one to the next. But what if they're both kind of hiding one after the other, and I want to go from one to the next? And down in my dock, down here is my dock. If I right click, it's showing me the 2 that are open. And this is very similar to what PC people would do. I'll click on this one, and the other one comes up. Right click on this one, and this one comes up. PC people, on the bottom, instead of having the dock, you have something called the taskbar, but it's the same. When you guys hover over the icon, it's a little bit easier on a PC because you get 2 little windows, and it shows you the 2 that are open, and you just click on that. And I like that effect. We don't have that on the Mac. You just have the names of them. But on the PC, you have the 2 little windows here that are the 2s that I have. And if you have 3 or 4 files open, it shows all your 4 files open. If everything I've been showing you worked and it makes sense and you found it, then give me a yes. If you don't know what I'm pointing to, or if something's not working and you need to know more, then please raise your hand or say no, and then I'll know to help you. Other than that, I want to continue. Oh, I didn't mean to open that. thank you for posting, and I'm not seeing anonymous here yet, so I don't know who this is. So if this is you, remember you can change that. Okay, I'm gonna let you keep going, but I'm gonna let you get to it and find your own. Now, if you didn't find last week's assignment, then you wouldn't have been able to do what I did. So say you can't find it, you don't remember where it is, remember, go to Resense and the computer will find it for you, as long as you didn't move it to a different place. If you moved it to a different place during this week, then it'll not find it because the Resense remembers where it used to be. Okay, so is everything good? Did you all do that? I'm not getting answers from Alicia, from Elaine. How's it going? Did you guys get this process to work of opening and viewing two different files from the Resense? Oh, looks like Molly got disconnected. She's not here. Elaine,
Yeah,
did it
can
work?
you hear
for
me?
you? Yeah, I can hear you now. Did it work for you?
No, I'm totally lost.
Okay, so then when I ask, that's the time to say nope, and then I can help you.
Okay,
Same with someone else.
what am I opening?
All right, so are you on a Mac or on a PC?
PC.
Okay. I'm gonna stop my share then because I can't share a PC with you right now. I'm actually connecting to VDI in a second. Can you share your screen and I'll show it to you on your screen?
Okay, let's find the share and share again. There.
Yep, perfect. All right. Oh, let me let someone in first. Okay, so now you went ahead and opened, are you on VDI?
No, I'm on Mac, PC.
Okay, because somehow you seem to have opened on your Excel is opening up on a web page, which is why I'm not understanding. Okay,
Okay.
so
Want me-
you don't have, right now, go on the bottom page of, okay, here, close that. Yeah, close that. This Excel that you're using here, this is on the internet. This isn't an Excel on your computer. Excel on your computer, hold on, would be on, you might have Zoom in front of it, but there on the desktop, I can see the word Excel. Go all the way to your left. Yeah, one up.
Oh, you're in the way.
Yeah, so can you click on the black area and just drag me out a little bit? And then over there, you see it now? Yeah, that's your Excel program. Double click on that. The other one that you open, and this might be happening to other people, the other one that you're showing is Excel on the web, and it does not have the same features as the real Excel, which is why I'm redirecting you. So go ahead and click and drag and put this into place, like put it up so you can see the whole thing. And now,
Back up. Click and drag what?
yeah, you had to move it up because you couldn't see things. So that's good. You just did that. You moved it up. You had it kind of hiding underneath. Okay.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. And now you're losing the left side of it. Okay. Because you moved it to the left. So you need to be able to see the entire window. So move it a little bit to the right. Click and drag from there. Okay. You're still not seeing everything that's on the left. So can you see the entire window by clicking and dragging and putting a little bit more in the middle? Yeah.
There.
Those things on the left are important. Okay. Which is why I
Okay.
want you to see those things on the middle. Okay, so now on recent, you see them right there. See in the bottom, it says the word recent, and you have copy of Excel and Excel one cell references. So that copy of Excel begin formatting, that's probably the one that's your, yeah, click on that one. That's probably the one that you worked on last week. Yeah, there it is. That's yet last week's, okay? And now we need to open this week's, and the only way to find it would be go to your File Explorer. So you downloaded the files last week, so go to your File Explorer. Do you know where your File Explorer is?
This
That
thing.
yellow, yeah, click on that. And now we
Download.
probably in the downloads, yeah.
Okay.
No, not to Resense, because Resense you might have not opened it. Go to the downloads, double click downloads. Okay, and then there's the folder Excel 1 exercises, double click on that. And now double click on Excel exercises. Here we go. This is where we want. And the one that I want is the fourth one down that's called Excel Flash Fill. double click on that. Good.
Uh.
So now it's opening up. Cool. Now at the top, it says protected view, enable editing. You see that like a yellow line, click on enable editing. And good. Now you can begin to work on it. Now, what I was showing people is how do you go up and down these to open one or the other. And the reason it's hard for you to move around, and this is not you, it's just about everyone who shows me their screen, is that I'm trying to get you to see your tab, your tab, which is hiding under this, not your tab, your taskbar, and it's hiding under this. And that's because in order to see that, you move this out of the way. So click here on this thing that's purple. See what I'm circling?
Mm-hmm.
And then click and drag all this all the way up. Drag it up, 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 up. Yeah, keep going. I want it to cover your Excel. So good. So now you've opened up a browser, which we don't need. So now go and close this browser, because now go over here to this little X key, right? Wait, on the top right, way X, way
Yeah.
over here.
Yeah,
Way top right. You might have Zoom in the way.
there we go. Okay.
Close that. Okay,
Okay.
so we don't want that. And we don't want this other one that's down here, which will get you confused because you've been opening those in the web browser, and we certainly don't want any of those. See how down under there? Yeah, click on that and close this whole thing, because this is another web browser where you have the internet web, which we certainly don't.
Oh,
It's opening in Google Sheets, not in, this is Google
Oh.
Sheets. Google Sheets is the Google version of Excel, and it works very differently. I mean, not very differently. It's the same ideas, but you won't find any of what I'm showing you in Google Sheets. So close this tab.
how do I get, it's hidden.
Okay, what do you have in the way? Move something.
It's over on the side. It's over on the right side. I need to move it to the left.
Okay, can you see where I'm circling a circle over here? Do you see that up there at the top of your screen where I put my
No,
circle?
stuff does, wait a minute, let me get you out of the
Is
way.
my circle where I'm kind of making a little
Oh.
line. See my notes? Or are they
There.
not showing it all? Okay,
Okay, I had to get everybody out of the way.
okay, good.
Okay,
So now go
No.
ahead and close this one, because this is the internet, and you open it in something called Google Sheets. Okay, over here, I'm pointing, I don't know that you can see, but
no, I can't see
here's
it.
my mouse up there.
Ah,
You have things in the way too.
yeah, there we go.
Next to it, there it is, Excel. Good,
There,
close that.
okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
now we can, you can just minimize this instead of closing it and bringing it, dragging down, minimize it. Yeah, perfect. All right, cool. So see how now there's not a ton of other stuff in the way? Now I went, and the reason it was a problem because you were hiding the taskbar. And this is something that I'm showing to any PC viewer or any Mac viewer. When you grab a box, you know, a thing, and you move it around, you end up hiding stuff that's important, versus now what I was teaching was how to switch from one or the other of these open. You have two Excel files open. So can you see down here? I'm pointing, yeah. Where did you do that from? You just clicked. And
Mhm.
that's, for better or for worse, that's not what I'm trying to teach you. And because look, you just moved it, and look how this one just fell outside of the screen. I don't know if you can see, but now on the far right here, you don't see the whole screen anymore. So can
Right.
you go up here and move it back into the middle? Which is just a click and drag. And there you go. Now you have one on top of the other, and now you can see them both. So you could do that, but that's the wrong way to approach this. Because if you do that, then when you don't see it, like earlier, because other things were in the way, you can't switch. So the way to do it, no matter what you have, is down here. Do you see my point? Okay. Now,
Yeah,
click on that little Excel icon, and it's showing you the two open windows. Okay.
Mhm.
So now click on one of them. Good. And now go back and click on the other one. Does that make sense, you guys? You
Mhm.
want to use your tab. You also, when you want to open another file, instead of moving this out of the way to get to your Explorer, just go over here. Click on your Excel Explorer now, Internet Explorer, down here, right there. I'm pointing to it. Wait, no, don't click on what you see, but go down to the taskbar. Put your mouse down there, yeah, and click on your taskbar. Now click on this thing that's showing up. Click on that, and there, maybe next time you need to open something, you pull it up that way. See how Excel is not moving and Explorer is not moving and everything stays in place.
Hmm.
Now, we don't need to open another one. All we need to do is go back to Excel. So how would you go back to Excel? Do not click on what you see. Use your taskbar. How do you go back to Excel? Over here. Excel. We want to go back to Excel.
Oh, here.
Yeah. And now you can go back and you can even choose which one. There's the names. I want you to go back to Flash Fill, which is this one. Okay. And now go back to the other one. Go back to the taskbar and go to the other one. All right. This is what I want you guys to be comfortable doing. Okay. To flipping around without having to move stuff all over the place, which is truly the best way to never be able to be comfortable with your computer and find stuff. And thank you so much for demoing this, Elaine, because this is exactly what is the biggest problem with people not feeling comfortable with computers is you have to move things all over the place to find something versus using your taskbar. This, guys, is the taskbar for the PC. For the Mac, and I'm going to stop your share now. For the Mac, the equivalent thing is the dock. So it's down here. And again, if I want to go to Safari, I'll click on that. If I want to go to Firefox, I click on that. If I want to go to Excel, I click on that. Does that make sense? The only thing that is if I want to switch between one Excel and the other file, I have to right click and that's where I would switch. The PC has those two windows that make it easier. I like that. But here's how I would switch. So if you've all been able to do this and you're comfortable with going back and forth, see how I have mine right on top of the other. I have no way to click on the other one to find it. If this were a little bit over, I could just do that, right? And then this. But when you start doing that, then you begin to do things like this and that and that. And then when I ask you to find something, you're like, well, I don't see it. What's happening? Because you need to find this one. And let me put this one on top of that one. And now I'm like, click on the other Excel sheet. And you're like, well, I don't see it. So how do I find the other Excel sheet, right? Do you see the other Excel sheet, the one called Flash Fill? I don't see it. So if I'm limited to seeing it, I'm going to have to start moving everything going, is it there? Is it there? I don't know. I have no idea where it is. Versus if instead I go to my doc and I click on Excel, then there you go. These are my two Excel sheets. They were just kind of hiding out. So my goal is to teach you to not do any of that, to that's my goal, but the way to teach you to be efficient is to actually teach you to, and I'm going to close this one out, you can have everything on a tiny window. If you guys have a little, laptop, if you put everything on top of each other, you can still navigate really easily by using this system. Okay? That makes sense? Did that work? If that worked, give me a yes. If this is still like kind of confusing, then don't. Now, there's someone on an iPad that said, I'm on a Chrome, mine doesn't show anything, and I don't see your name. It just says iPad. So who is this person on the iPad who wrote, I'm in a Chrome, mine doesn't show anything? Who's that person? Either write your name on the chat if you can't speak, or speak up, please, and tell me. I am Maria, I am Susan, whoever, Alicia Orozco. Okay, so then let me grab this and I'm gonna write your name on this. Okay, Alicia Orozco, iPad. All right, good. All right, so Alicia, you said you're on a Chrome. Did that get fixed or you still don't have it? When you say Chrome, I'm assuming the Chromebook. Tell me what's your situation so I can help you. Did it show up by now? Not fixed. Okay. So I think guys explained to you all that a Chromebook, and I'm not sure that everyone knows this. This is people who don't know Chromebooks don't know Chromebooks. Chromebook is neither Mac nor PC. A Chromebook is something that looks like a laptop, but it only accesses the internet. So it is like the only thing that a Chromebook has is like Google Chrome. It's at the internet. So you cannot install Excel on a Chromebook because Excel is an application that needs to be installed on your computer outside of the internet, and Chromebook does not have that option. But you can use the internet Excel. That's one option. Or you can download Excel on your iPad and you can use Excel on your iPad. That's another option. Other than that, the one thing you don't have, because again, you would be using, now I can't even begin to explain to you right now how to do it on iPad because you can't share your iPad with me. So that would have to be something that you might need to get help from, like Santa Barbara City College Student Tech Support. Tell them I'm trying to learn Excel and Chromebook doesn't have it. How can I access it? And then they'll show you, or you need to use VDI. Have you ever used VDI, Alicia? You're muted, so if you're speaking to me, I can't hear you. Have you used VDI? Can you unmute yourself so you can, I see you moving around, so I know that you're trying, but if you're saying something, I can't hear you. And it's better if you can say it versus writing it, but if not, write it in the chat.
Yeah, I went to the UCS. Okay, I have double sound.
It's okay, I can just speak. I'll hear you and then,
Okay, I have the VDI.
okay. So if you have VDI on your Chromebook now,
Yeah.
okay. So then can you share your screen and I can help you find the files? Because then I want to get started with Excel.
How will I share it?
Okay, on a Chromebook. Oh, on a Chromebook, things are different and I can't demo it. Do you see anywhere on the Zoom tools? Do you see a chance to share your screen? Like the word share anywhere?
No.
To the Zoom? Yeah, that's, shoot, I don't know how to tell you to share your screen on a Chromebook. I need to look that up. How did you do your work the other day in class? Like, what were you using? What Excel were you using?
I was using the Chrome. I mean, the VDI.
The VDI, but you don't know how to open VDI now?
No.
All right. So here's what I'm gonna propose. Let me share my screen. Because I honestly don't remember how to show you. I'm gonna share my screen again. Hold on. Since I honestly don't know on the Chromebook how to tell you to share your stuff, I just wanted to remind you and everyone that if you know how to get to the class handouts, okay, in the class handouts, and I'm going to go over here to, you know, you go to your student resources and you click on Google Drive. And then over here, you go to shared drives. Then you'll get into the Excel class files, Excel 1, 2, and 3. And that in here where you have a lot of information for this class that is good, the first document is Zoom class recording links. And in here, I have a whole video showing you how to use VDI if you don't have Excel. So today I'm going to show you a plan B, but can you please watch this recording? And I sent you an email the second day of the day after the first class with this link as well. So please figure out and learn how to do VDI so that then you can do it. Because today I can't sit and show you, plus I can't, if you don't share your screen, I can't show you how to do this. So you can do this on your own, but plan B, if you get to these class files right now, this is probably what you did. You went to the exercises here, which are online. And if you open here, which is probably what you did, or I think this is definitely what Elaine had done. When you open it from here, this will open up. And this is Excel Online. Okay, which isn't exactly the same, but this is Excel Online. So for now, can you find the class files? go to Google Chrome, shared drives, open up this folder of Excel exercises. Double click there and then just double click on these and they should open up your online Excel program. That makes sense? And for everyone else to know, there is an Excel online. If you notice I'm online here, this is just an online tab and Excel opens up. It's not identical. Not everything that I'm going to show you is going to be visible, but it's very similar. Okay. Here's the file. If you go to file, you'll have to, it looks a little bit more like the Mac and that you open it this way. But for the most part, just about everything we're going to do is going to work. You don't have like the zoom in, zoom out over here. You know, there's the open a new sheet is over here. But the whole point is that it's similar enough that you would be able to follow the class. Okay. All right. So that is Excel Online. Again, if you remember how to get to the class exercises, once you get there from the Google Drive, just double click in there. I can't have you share the screen to tell you how to get here. Do you remember how to get here to the Google Drive? Do you remember how to get to the shared drives? Everyone, Alicia and everyone? Yeah, I'm saying it from Elaine. Alicia, do you remember how to get to the shared drives? To
No.
the class files?
No, I don't remember.
Okay, so you have to sign into your Pipeline account. Go to Pipeline. I'm already signed in. And you know how to sign into your Pipeline account? SBCC Pipeline? Okay. Basically, once you get to Pipeline, you have to go sbcc.com, Pipeline, then go to student resources. Okay? And then after that, you go to Google Drive. From Google Drive, you choose the class, the shared drives. I'm going to let you do that on your own. And if not, just watch the class and during break, I can try to help you a bit more, but I need to get going. And then you get to the Excel exercises classes and there they are. Okay, double click exercise and here you are. That's where you would open it from. Once you are here, let me know. I can go ahead then and when I need to demo something that's different for you, I can come to this one here and demo it in the online Excel, but you need to get here first. All right. Back to Excel. Okay, so now I'm in the real Excel. Okay. And here I see the three different tabs: emails, product info, and miscellaneous practice. So we're going to sit here in miscellaneous practice. And if you're seeing the cells really tiny like that, don't forget that down here to the right, you can click plus, and you can make the cells a bit bigger, which will be more helpful for this exercise. And now go somewhere into the middle of this page, somewhere, it doesn't matter which, just have some space above and underneath and whatever. And I want you to write the number 5. Then if we want to go down to this one without having to go down with our mouse, what key should we click right now on? Oh, I see your hand is up, Alan, so give me a second. What should I do for my mouse to take me down to this cell right now?
Enter.
Hit the enter key. Guys, don't wait for someone else to answer. Just answer, because if you get it wrong, you get it wrong. But if you don't answer it, then when you're on your own, you won't remember and know if you got it wrong. So say whatever you think or say, I don't know, but just be verbal and tell me what you think, because that way it'll sit into your brain a bit better. So now why I said that is because if you hit enter, it seals the name into this cell. 5 becomes what it is. And now you select the next one. Now go ahead and give me the number 10 and then hit enter. And then I'm going to just wait there a little bit while I have Alan who has a hand up. Yes, Alan? You're muted. I can't hear you.
Okay, I'm unmuted. Sorry.
Okay.
I don't have Microsoft Office but I don't have, I can open Excel, but I can't save an Excel file because I don't have an Excel account working now. But on the city, I logged into City College, and there is supposed to be Excel, Microsoft Office 365, but I didn't seem to know how to get it.
So let me
I don't
take
know
you
if it's-
back. If you signed into Pipeline, right, and you got into the Pipeline account, go to
Yes, I'm
Student
signed in already.
Resources. Okay, go to Student Resources. And then over here, where I always tell you, click on Google Drive to go to the handouts. Before you do that, head down and there's Microsoft Office 365.
Right, I found it, but I couldn't connect to it. So.
All right, so Microsoft Office 365, you need to sign in using your Pipeline account, and then you need to be allowed to download it into your computer. I don't have the time now to teach you how to download this into your computer, but you can get help from Santa Barbara City College Tech Support. Call them, tell them, they'll Zoom with you, and they'll show you how to do that. If not, after class is over, if you stay with me, I can help you do that. But right now, I want to continue with the class. That said, you said
Thank
you
you.
had it open, but you can't save the file. So what do you mean by that? Because you should be able to.
Because I don't have
Alex.
a Microsoft. I don't have working Microsoft anymore. I have an expired subscription.
Okay, yeah, I
some
remember from last week this happened. Okay, so then do what I just told Alicia to do. Since you know how to get here, go to Google Drive. Okay, and once you go to Google Drive, go to shared drives. Shared drives. Then you will choose your Excel folder. You and another of my classes, you might have 2 or 3. So double click on Excel and then go to the exercises here, and then you can open this all up in the internet. So double click on Excel exercises, and now double click on Excel flash fill. And it'll open like that. And this is good enough for now. Go to the middle and write 5, hit return, and write 10, hit return. Okay? So that's what you need to do. Did that work for you?
That's not a problem.
Okay, so let's do it that way. And Alicia, did you manage to make your way to the class files to do this? All right.
Oh, I'm trying.
Okay. Back to Excel. For anyone who needs help with getting the application, this is something I can help you at the end of class. And this is our 3rd class. So hopefully by the end of today's class, if I help you, then by next week on Excel 2, you'll have yourself set up with Excel. That way you can keep following through. All right. So now 5 and 10. I'm going to clean your answers so that I can keep getting yeses or nos if you're here. And now I'm going to ask you to watch for a second. Notice that every time I click on a box, there's that little tiny box here. We used it last week for something. What's that called? Do you remember? That teensy lighty on the bottom right of a cell, there's that little tiny box. Do you remember that? What we used it for last week? Do you have any idea? Anyone remember what I used it for? I'm going to go to,
yeah.
what was it? What did we do with it?
You used it to expand the formulas to down or
Yeah.
across.
So what I did was I selected a file and used this little guide to drag the formula. And so then this formula appeared over here, so that if I put a number 2 and a number 4 over here, that worked because I dragged the formula instead of writing again and again and again. Okay, that's exactly right. We used it that one time. That's all we did with it. Now, in this new document, we're going to use it in a few different ways. So in the Excel flash fill, what we have here is the number 5 and the number 10. Let's go ahead and leave those 2 there for now. And then let's go up, kind of to the top-ish, B3 or something, and let's write the number, I don't know, 16. All right, hit return. Now let's select the number 16 again. What I'm gonna do now is grab this little fill box, okay? So it needs to have not the big fat X, not the hand. You need to grab this little box and it turns into a little tiny plus sign, and I'm gonna click and drag down. And what happened there? Okay, I'm gonna at least in again, who dropped out. Okay, so guys, what's happening here? I need participation. What happened here? Up, up, up. Unmute yourselves and tell me what happened here.
You
The
filled
numbers are
down.
copied.
Thank you.
Filled it-
And it's okay. I prefer many answers than none. Okay, so just speak up. All right. It copied the information from this file down to as far as I dragged down. Cool. Now let's go to the top one again. Grab that little fill and just go to the right. And lo and behold, same thing happens. Hello. So if this isn't happening for you, this is when you need to say help. So
Hello.
I'm hearing someone saying hello, I think, or
Hello.
something.
I'm doing.
I lost my flash fill.
Right. So, Linda, I'm gonna change your name to Linda Lopez. There we go. Everyone else,
Okay,
if your
gonna stop.
name isn't
Someone is
on, please change.
Someone
Your
has my
last
video
name.
of me on.
Welcome. Hi, Molly. Hi, Jose.
Okay,
Linda.
so guys, I think you,
Hi,
Alan,
Linda.
you're running a
Alan. I
video.
see a bell and an
I'm gonna
iPad. So
mute you. Yeah, it was you. Alan, in the background, you have my video from another class talking. And it was confusing because I could hear my own voice talking and it wasn't me. And it's because it was coming from your spot. You're running a video of me. Can you pause that video so that when you unmute yourself, we don't hear it? And also so that you can not confuse yourself with what I'm saying right now, because you probably have me talking twice now. You have the video and you have me and you must be really confused. Okay. All right. Sorry, guys, I had to figure out what was happening. I could hear me in the background. Okay, so so here we have the fact that this someone when mentioned, I think Elaine, you said you lost the flash fill box.
Yeah,
This little tiny, anytime you select a cell, there it is. It's not, you can't lose it because every time you select a cell, bottom right of the cell has that teensy little winsy box. Do you
that's
see
not
that?
what I lost. I
Oh.
lost the whole screen.
Oh,
The-
okay. Remember that we just went through going to your doc
Right.
and clicking on that? Can you go to your doc and click on the little Excel icon to see if Excel pops in again?
Yeah. It says Flash Fill Excel. Oh, there it is.
There.
No.
No?
Oh.
Do you want me to share your screen?
Okay. It's okay. I got it.
Oh, you got it now. Okay, so then let me reshare. All right. So remember, use that bottom taskbar to help you find yourself in the programs. Okay, so back to Excel. All right, so basically, let's go over here and instead of 16, let's write the word hello. I selected and I wrote on the same thing that said 16. I just selected it and typed, and 16 got deleted and the word hello appeared, which since it's a word, it heads over there. So I didn't have to delete or do anything. All I did, and I'm going to show you one more time. I selected the word 16 and I just typed. I'm going to go to my keyboard and type the word hello, and boom, I have exchanged the word 16, the number 16 for the word hello. And now, again, I'm going to drag the fill and there it is. It's just copying the elements in whatever direction. In fact, you can grab this little fill and copy upwards or towards the left. Doesn't matter. As long as you drag your mouse over, it's copying. Okay? Give me a yes if you have managed to copy words or numbers by dragging the fill box. All right. I know some people are in trouble here yet and aren't working, like Alicia, I'm not sure if you got in there, and Alan, I think you're trying to figure out how to get to that too. Linda. All right, so if you managed to do the pull from the fill box, now we're gonna go to this place where we wrote the 5 and the 10. And this time, we're gonna learn that Excel does more than copy with the fill box. Copy was awesome. If you need to write the same thing 10 times, that's great. I don't have to write it 10 times. But it also follows patterns. So between 5 and 10, there's 5 numbers difference. So 5, 10, the logic here would be, if I keep going down, 15, 20, 25. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Excel is great at following patterns, but we need to first select both of these files. So when you click on one and drag down, you'll select both. Some people are confused because one stays white, one stays dark, but this is a selection. See how my box now is green around everything? If I select all of this, I have one green box, but at the bottom there's a fill box. If I select these 3, there's one green box, but at the bottom there's a fill box. So you always have only one little fill box. You select 5 and 10, there's a fill box down here. Now I'm going to click and drag down, and Excel continues with the pattern. It did for me. I selected 5 and 10, and Excel figured, oh, well, I guess I'll continue with that in 5, 20, 25, 30, 35. Does that make sense? I'm going to go back to 5 and 10, and this time I'm going to pull it up. And it figured it out. It goes 0, -5, -10, -15, and so on and so forth. Okay, so no matter if you pull up or down, just like here that we pulled left or right, and it's still copied because there was only one cell selected. When you have 2 cells selected, it follows the pattern. All right, I'm seeing a couple of you who have your videos on nodding and going, yeah. Everyone else, if that worked, give me a yes. Brenda, I don't see you, so if that worked, give me a yes. Linda and Elaine. Alicia, I'm not sure where you're at with Excel. If you found it, then let me know and I'll help you. But if you haven't found it yet, then I'll help me catch up. Alan, you got it. Okay, great. Cool. So now that we have this going up and down, you can do the same thing. Let's move it over here and put in any old number. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know what it is. And blah, blah. I'm just writing numbers. I would not be able to figure this out as easily as 5, 10, 15, but you can trust that if you do select these 2 and do the same thing, that the computer is figuring it out and it's following that pattern. If instead I go up, if I move it up, it's following that pattern. It's adding 238 to 234 each time, upwards or downwards, whichever way I did it, and the pattern is right. So you need to trust that it works, doing something that we can say, oh yeah, this is clearly working, to know that this is actually working too. It's just that it's harder to know. We'd have to grab a calculator and test and see if this is working. But yes, it is working, and that's just the trust that you need to have because you know how to do it on the easy ones. Does that make sense, you guys? Okay, so that's part of the patterns. Now, what if instead I want to go to the right? If I grab 5 and 10 and go to the right, which is what I did over here with hello, just watch this. Did that work? No, it didn't work. Why? Because the pattern of this on top of this meant that 5 plus 5 is 10 plus 5 is 15. But these 2, when I pull to the right, they're just individual numbers and they just do this. They repeat themselves because there's no relationship. I'm going to delete these for a second. So let them and delete. And again, when you pull to the right, all you get is a copy. And when you select these 2 and you pull to the right, there's no relationship with 5 and 10, so there's a copy. Okay, so in that sense, it doesn't work. What you need to do is have the 5 and the 10 right next to it. And now select both of these. Then you can pull out and have that work. Or 5 and 10 and pull it to the left, and then it'll work. Does that make sense, you guys? the 5 and the 10, as you keep going to the right, it goes, oh, you need 2 more because their 5 is following the 10. But it didn't work if you just did like this because you're just pushing them to the right. So that is just copying versus having 2 cells that follow each other, then it gives you the pattern. All right. How's it going? Good? I need good
Yeah.
guesses from everyone. Brenda, I haven't heard a yes or a no from you yet, so I'm not sure if you're not there or if you don't know how to get me the yes. There you go. Yes. Okay, good. Just wanted to see if you were there. Cool. All right. So much for that. Now, if there's no questions and it worked for everyone, I'm going to scroll down a little bit more to some other empty part of the same page. So I'm kind of moving myself down to, I don't know, whatever row I need to have some empty space. So that's what happens with numbers. And you can test it yourself, put some other numbers that are easy to follow. In fact, when I need to do my rosters, I need to number things to know how many students I have. So I'll do a 1 and a 2, right? And then I select 1 and 2 and I drag down and then I get 1 through 16. So that's the simplest example of between 1 and 2, there's 1. So then you get 1, you just get the whole row that adds up. But if you put a difference in numbers, then you'll get that. All right, so let's head down a little bit. And now let's write, we already wrote the word hello, and we saw that when we put the word hello, it just repeats itself. Now, instead, let's write the word Monday. Excel is used for calculations, right? So when you write the word Monday, it triggers something different for Excel. It's just not the word hello. Monday means something. And if I now drag either to the right or to down, it doesn't matter. It gives me Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Pretty cool. If I click Monday and I go down, it gives me Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I mean, I could have gone on and I would get the whole week there. Does that make sense? I could have written anything. I could have started with the word Friday. It doesn't matter. And then when I select and drag down, it'll just go from Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, okay? So I don't need to have 2 for this. It's just the computer knowing that a day of the week has a pattern. Same with if I go here and I write April. Click April, May, June, July. April, May, June, July. August, September, October, November, December. Yeah? If all of these are working, that's good. Now, wait a minute. We talked to you about how Excel is good about its financial and stuff like that. And many times a financial pattern will be having something that you need to figure out every 3 months, right? The 4 quarters of a year. So if you do a pattern, like let me write January. And by the way, instead of writing January, I'm just gonna write Jan. And just so you know, as much as when I wrote January, it figured if I just write Jan and go down, it'll know that I'm going Feb, March, April. So it's kind of fascinating that it does that, okay? It doesn't matter how you wrote it, it repeats that pattern, it knows. Anyway, but what if I now go January, March, okay, January, February, March is the first trimester. So what's the next month is April, right? So if I write January and April, now I do need to select both of them, and then that pattern will be kept up. And it goes 3 months later. Oh, hello. I wrote, you know why this isn't working? So silly. Because here I wrote Jan and here I wrote April. I wrote it in 2 different ways, so that's not working. If I wrote Jan, I have to write APR. Now it knows, and it's going to give me July and October. Jewel Oct. Had I written January and April, then it would know, give me January, April. But over there I had written Jan and then April, and then it doesn't know. But when you write the words correctly each time, then now it's giving me the 4 quarters. Okay? So pretty cool, isn't it?
Very cool.
Yeah. There's bazillion more things. Say that you write that today is, what's today, July 10th? Today is Wednesday. If I write the whole thing out, I'm gonna write the whole thing out, comma, July 10. It doesn't matter how I write it, but say I wrote this whole thing. When I select that and pull down, it figures out that I'm trying to have a continuation. It keeps it Wednesday, July 10th, but does this make sense?
Mm-mm.
No, because July 10, 11, 12 is fine, but Wednesday isn't. So you have to be a little bit careful. Had I written just Wednesday, July 10th, and I click and drag, same thing. It doesn't like go for such a complicated thing. Now, had we, and now I'm going to show you, had we labeled this date, and remember last class, we went to the formatting and we said something is dollars and something is, let me go back to last week's class. And I think in formatting and stuff, we had told this thing that it was dollars, and it went up to there, it was currency, remember? And then this one was currency with a comma and delimited and stuff like that. So over here, we got to tell this what kind of file it was. This one said general, right? Remember we did that? Well, we were kind of at this mode. We haven't completely finished it, but we kind of reformatted the kind of material that's in the document, not the color, but what is that information? Is it a percentage? Is it a dollar? And remember, we did a date. I don't know if you remember that. But now I'm going to go over here and I'm going to label this instead of general. I'm going to select this and call it a date. I'm going to have it written in short date mode. Now that you told this thing that that's a date, if now I drag down, oh, maybe because I have it written. That should have worked. Let me delete all of these. Maybe I wrote it because I wrote it wrong before. Let me label this date, Wednesday, July 10. Let me not put the comma and hit return. Will that work? No. So I'm not sure why that's not working, but for sure, if you write, let me just, so if you say July 10th, right, and you hit return, it writes it in this format. And if you do that, it'll work, okay? But the Wednesday part, if I had written it in long date mode, then maybe, oh, that's why, because I had given it the short date, and short date didn't include Wednesday, duh. Long date includes Wednesday. So I had to go call it Wednesday long date, then it'll work. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. If you, I was like, wait, what's wrong? I was not. You have to select how you want the format to be written. If you write it short date, then it'll just give you the days of the month. But if you change this to long date, then it'll know to go with Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and it gives you the right dates and it gives you the right year and the whole thing. All right. So if it worked for you to change the format of what the information is, then that's going to work. Same if I say that this is for,
Sorry, Diana, can you show me again how you shows the loan date?
okay, so you select something. I here I wrote, I had written July 10, right? I think I had said July 10 or something like that. You select that and you go over here to where you have the places where we had said something is a dollar or something is percentage or something is currency, all that.
Okay.
But instead of that, up here, you click on this arrow and let's choose short date or let's choose long date.
Mine only just gives me the option of date. Is there, and then I have a custom box on it.
So then if you're in a PC and you don't see short date and long date, then under the bottom where yours is a PC, it's
Okay.
custom, mine and the Mac says more number formats, then click
Okay.
on that. And then over here in this box, you can change that to whatever you want. So under category date, you can go over here and tell it that you want your dates to be written this way,
Got
or
it.
that way, or that way, or, you know, whatever it is that you want. And so it gives you different choices, including the long one. and then
Okay,
That should work.
thank you.
Drag it down. You're welcome. So that question, guys, when someone asks a question, it's important for you guys to do the work that I just showed, because then you learn more. And so her point was she didn't see the two types of dates. And so I showed her that when you don't see the two types of, or the type of you want, or if you want your, okay, so I'm in Spanish, we don't say July 10th. We say 9th of July or 10th of July, right? So we write it the other way around. So say that I wrote July 10th, right? And I gave it the short date format. This in English is July 10th, but in Spanish it's October 7th. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Because the way we would read this is that is day 7 of the month of October, versus in English we read it as that is month 7, day 10. So if you were writing this and you're in another country, this would be meaningless. So you would go over here and you'd go to more number formats. And one of the options for formats is to switch language location, switch to Spanish, for example. Let me go to the S, or PQR, Spanish. And then when I say okay, that switched to, okay, so the way we write it, which is October 7th. Okay. So
yeah.
just
Hmm.
showing you that. I'm gonna delete that because you got, just as before I had shown you that the decimals and the commas are in double places in Spanish, same with dates and stuff like that. So if I were to select this and again, go here and tell it to put it in Spanish, Spanish and just about it, many languages, so I go back to Spanish and I say, okay, then it doesn't have the option of giving me the whole like miércoles, which is what would it be? It just shifts it to the way we write it, period. If I try to tell it to give me the date, it doesn't have the choices in it in Spanish. Some, if this weren't an English version giving me Spanish, but I had bought it in Spanish and the whole thing would be in Spanish, then it would give me that choice. But since it's not, and I'm just switching language, and then it just gives me a few choices, not everything. Anyway, so that's formatting. That's the fill box. It's pretty magical. Let's go ahead now. And unless there's any other questions, let me show you a couple of other things that happen with something similar, which isn't necessarily the fill box, but it's a fill function. If there's no more questions about the fill box, which is ridiculously comfortable to when you're laying out things to use this, then let's head over down here to emails. This is more stuff that the computer Excel does for you once it knows to follow a pattern. Okay. So let's say that John Smith's email, let's not be very exciting or creative, and John Smith's email is johnsmith at, for example, gmail.com. Let's say that's his email. Okay. And hit return or enter to go under. So everyone go ahead and write that. Don't do anything else, just go under. You don't want to change or break that pattern. After you wrote it, we're going to go over to the data tab up on top. And I'm going to look over here for this thing called Flash Fill. Just watch what it does, and then I can help you find it if you don't find it. I'm going to click Flash Fill. And Excel went, okay, I'll follow that same pattern. this is something that you see in Pipeline, for example. We all have first initial, second name, and then at pipeline.edu. So if you were to write patterns, the computer can figure it out. Did that work for you? Did you all find the flash fill? Give me a yes if it worked or a no if it didn't work. Now you can't write that and then change. So say I want this to be just Smith at gmail.com. Smith at gmail.com. And then I go over here and say flash fill, then it just picks up only the last name. See that? All right. So keep playing around with options and choices. And Brenda, yeah, how can I help?
So I'm on the data, but I don't see the flash fill option.
Okay, so it's possible if your window is a bit smaller, right? Like that,
Mm.
but it's hiding under data tools. And you
Okay.
click that, and then you'll find the flash fill over there.
Let's see.
If you're on a PC, it might be in another portion of the data. And if you still can't find it, then share your screen. Did you find it?
I'm on a Mac.
You're on a Mac, okay. So then it should be like, the only thing that can happen is that sometimes it's smaller. So then the name doesn't have space to show up. So then
Okay.
you need to hover over it and it'll say data validation, columns, text. And then this one said, when you hover for a little bit, the tooltip says flash fill. So how big or small you have this helps. It's almost easier to either make it a bit smaller and wait until it says data tools, because then you'll find it.
Okay, I got it. Thank
Then
you
it's
so
in
much.
flash fill, yeah. When you have it in that in-between place, it doesn't give you the text under it, but it doesn't tell you, other than hovering over it, it doesn't tell you. So then
What
you can go either very small or very big. And then
Okay,
the full name for it. Okay,
thank you.
anyone else who was stuck with that?
Yeah,
All right. So Elaine,
go over it once again.
I'm gonna delete it all.
Oh,
I'm gonna go to the top one and I'm gonna choose, this time I'm gonna say John. I'm gonna write that his email is John at, and Gmail is an easy one to write, but at whatever, net.com. It doesn't matter. It's just, I do something. All I need to do now is now leave this by either hitting enter and going down here or clicking here. So, and now without clicking on anything else, or you'll break the pattern, you go and you click on flash fill.
oh, I lost flash fill. Let me see if I can find that.
Do you want to share your screen or you want to give it a try first?
Ooh, yeah, let's. Oh, gosh, here we go again.
Let me just stop my sharing. You can share. That way I can help you.
There.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So, yeah, you've been doing a bunch of stuff in between, so hold on, it won't work because you're going back and forth. So you need to write it again. Go ahead and do delete that or say Command Z, because the important thing is you need to do it right after or it won't work. So select John Smith, hit your, oh,
What? No, 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 no.
sorry, you double clicked, so it's trying to email that person. All right.
Oh,
Now hit delete, hit your delete key.
delete.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, click away so it's completely clean and it doesn't have that pattern of that and deleting. Okay, now select and now write whatever. Smith, John, whatever. Smith at anything, cox.com, Gmail, whatever. Okay, now hit return or enter. There. Now, without doing anything else, let's head over to the data tab and it's right here. There's a different tabs and do you see it? Data,
Oh, there you go.
that's your flash fill.
Ah,
And there you go, it worked.
yeah, yeah. Okay.
So I think that what I hadn't, let me stop you a minute because I see, and I don't want to harp on it, but I see again that you've hidden your tab, your taskbar, because you moved this whole sheet on top of it, right?
Hmm.
So if you want to go use your taskbar, you won't be able to. So you still have a little bit of that one available here. Can you click on that? And then we can move
This-
it. Up. This
Click on
bottom,
what?
Click on the bottom sheet, the one that's hiding your taskbar. Yeah, and now go grab it from this toolbar, from this empty area, and just drag it up. Drag this up so that you can,
Oops.
okay, now you kind of double clicked on it, so, yeah, okay. So just go from some empty, yeah, click and drag it up. And then, oh, you did that same thing to this bottom thing. Click here on this thing. Yeah, and then also grab it from over here and drag it up. I'm just trying to get you to uncover your taskbar. Click and drag. Yeah. And learn to not cover your taskbar and to use your taskbar. Okay. If nothing else, if that's what you learned today, that would be great. Okay. So whenever you see that you don't see this area right there, that's your taskbar. All of this is really important for the function of your computer. So try never to cover it. Okay. All right. There you go. That worked. Now, just so you know, this window is so thin that it might be easier for you to practice if you had a bit more space. So head over here to the bottom right of this, click on this corner here. I might be hiding what I'm doing under the Zoom. You might have your Zoom stuff over here, but right over here, this little corner.
Mm-hmm.
And now click and drag and move it to the left a little bit and down. Down, not so down. You don't want to cover your taskbar. So now you can't, yeah, move it up again, don't. And then to the left. Yeah. I'm trying to get you to resize it, to learn to resize it. Wait until it has a double-headed arrow, a little bit more, the tip of the arrow. No, the tip of your arrow has to point right there to the tip of that thing. Yeah, now click and drag it in a little bit that way.
Like that.
Click and drag it to the left. Move like your mouse to the left now. I don't know if you're frozen or if nothing's happening. Anyway, there you go. So I'm just showing you how you can have a little bit more space now to work up and down. You can have it wide or thin or whatever, but I'm just showing you that from that corner down there, you can change. Your Excel is so skinny, it was stopping there that you didn't have any more cells or rows open. So I'm just showing you how you can make it a little bigger, that's all. All right, cool. Your flash fill worked. Anyone else has a question about the flash fill? Did you try different options? Did it always work? Because I want to show you one that won't work. And in fact, remember I told you pipeline is an example? And Excel keeps changing, right? And every time I demo something now and then I'm surprised by how this time it works. But let me show you one that won't work. Are you aware that pipeline, what it does, it takes your initial and then puts your last name. I don't know if you know that. Some people has it also the second initial. But in this case, if I were to go J Smith, right? And I'm going to just write Gmail again because it's a bit faster than whole pipeline, whatever. What I did is I took the first letter of John and then the whole last name. If I tried to do the flash fill there, I told you I was going to be surprised by it. It didn't used to work. Now it does. Nope. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. It didn't. Look, for a second I thought it had. It just gave me the J in front of everything. J Doe, J Herrera, J May. It didn't know to give me a M Van Dobrum, V Price, M Newman. Do you see what I mean? For a second, it says it put it J. I'm like, yes, it worked. And then I went, no, it still doesn't. So in that sense, that didn't work. But every other combination that we've tried of just the front name or just the last name, no, it's first name or just the last name or just whatever, has been working. All right, I'm going to make one that works again to leave it at the end. I'm going to write again, John Smith, and I can even put a punctuation. I could put John.Smith, you know how some emails are like that, at gmail.com. And then when I do a flash fill, it won't copy over what's there, right? So I'm going to delete that first. And then flash fill. And then it put the little dot between each name. Okay, guys, so if this worked for you, please give me some screenshots of this.
Oh,
okay. I want to see the screenshot. I would want a screenshot where you're including the fact that you'll find this under data and flash fill, right? So do a screenshot of this whole thing. So you can see we're not in the home tab. We're in the data tab. Okay. Also, head over to the miscellaneous practice and give me a couple of screenshots of this working, right? And this kind of stuff working, okay? Just so you can show me a bit of what show me that it's to do these things has been working for you. And then let's head over back to Padlet. And I'm going to put the little Padlet thing again. And I'm seeing, Linda, you wrote something. If you want to stop the windows from covering the taskbar. Yeah, that's checking the taskbar settings. I can't even begin, but thank you. Linda, Elaine, giving you here on the chat some indications of how to change your taskbar so it doesn't get covered all the time. If you want next time you share, I'll go ahead and help you with that. Okay, but if not, if you want to give it a try, she gave here the indications. Thank you, Linda. Okay.
I'm not getting it.
So let's head over to the link that I just gave you, and let's post a few things, because then people forget to post otherwise, right? So I want to make sure that we all know to post over here. Let me refresh. Maybe you guys already did post, and if you didn't, then I want yeah, looks like no one's posted yet. So let's go and do some postings of these things that we just did. The fill box and the flash fill. So under Diana, I'm going to write first fill box, copies or follows patterns. And I'm going to give some examples of this. In this case, I'm going to publish that. So if you guys have been publishing and I don't see it, then let me know. But otherwise, I need you guys to post some of this so that I can make sure that you know how to do that which we have just learned to do. I wrote
This
this
is
one,
mine.
and then once again, I'm going to publish that one. And then the last one's going to be the flash fill. Flash fill, find it under the data tab. And then it continues the patterns based on the data on the columns to the left. And publish. Okay. All right. I'm seeing that Lorena posted, but I'm not seeing anyone else posting, guys. So please go ahead and do some posts in here of the screenshot of what we just did. Okay. Now, I'm going to do one last one and then we're going to go on a break. But I need to see your posts, otherwise I can't see in the work, all right? So if you need help doing screenshots again, or if you need help posting, let me know. Give me a no or a raise your hand and I can definitely help you do this part. Okay? All right, Alan. I'm going to stop the share and
There
do
it
your
is.
screen so I can help you.
You want me to share or just,
Yeah.
I can't find the file for the.
Go ahead and share so I
for
can.
the,
Last time I kind of just showed it to you, but if you share, I'll be able to help you.
okay. Okay, I will share screen. Share. Okay.
Okay. So what is it that you can't find? The thing that the screenshot that you took?
Well, wait a minute, this is your.
This is the Padlet, yeah, and you need it.
Wait a minute, oh, is this?
No, what are you looking for? Because you just had it open.
I'm trying to find the Padlet that I can work on.
Okay, so the Padlet is right there. I'm seeing it. I see Excel one summer
Oh,
there.
that's,
I
oh,
see
that's
that you're-
mine. Okay, no.
that's you.
That-
No, but this
oh,
is you're in like
it's
Photoshop. Oh, you're in Photoshop. You kind of did a
which
screenshot
I,
of it in Photoshop. Go ahead and leave Photoshop.
should I?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
You're,
so I'll
you're
close
in a-
it.
close Photoshop. Yeah. I'm like, what are you doing? That's
Okay.
not, yeah. Quit Photoshop and don't save because it'll ask you stuff. Okay, so now let's go to the internet. So if you're using Google, use Google. One down. Firefox, if you're using Firefox, use Firefox. Okay. And then here's where you need to find the Padlet. So it's easier if you go to the chat where in the Zoom, I just put the link. So that you don't have
Where is,
to. So you might,
where is the chat?
let me see now that you're sharing, it might be harder for you to see it, but let me post it one more time. Do you see something that appeared on your screen somewhere from Zoom? Yeah, click on Zoom.
This
I
is,
can't
oh,
see
this
it.
is Photoshop, so I should
Yeah,
close, right?
I think, yeah, close Photoshop. Photoshop. Let me, if you can't see it from Padlet, then you can pick it up from the class files, but you need to sign in. So over here where it says Google Drive, go over here on the Google. Can you see? Click on that. And now you need to move this box in again.
Oh,
Okay.
I have to sign in
Yeah.
again.
Give right there, give it a retry. Sign back in. Yeah, each time you sign out. So choose this one. Yeah. And it should be pretty.
So I have to sign in again.
Yeah. If you want to get access to the class files, you need to sign in to show that it's you and not someone else. You can have this thing remember your passwords and then you sign in really quick. But yeah,
Oh, yeah. That would be good.
click on login. Okay. And now you're in. Okay, so now go over here to shared drives. Over here. I'm pointing
Okay.
it. Shared drives. And then open your Excel. Double click. Okay, so now go to the Zoom class recording links. Open that document. Okay, and then here is the link to the Padlet. Right here. Do you see?
Oh, I see.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
click on that link one time. And then again, because you need to click on it one time and then now click on this one that appears. Good, now you're in your Padlet. Cool. Now
Cool,
don't leave
thank
the
you.
Padlet so that you're always here, and then you go to the little plus sign over there at the bottom right. And then that's how you'll post, okay? And I know you did the screenshot because you had it in Photoshop. Okay, great. Cool. I'm gonna stop your share. All right, so guys, I wanted to give you a break, but I'm gonna show you one more thing so that we can move on to something different when we come back, which is, here was the emails. I want us to move to the third tab, the product info, because this is almost a bit more impressive. I mean, this was kind of cool, but I'd say kind of magical, very cool. But on the third one, this one is interesting because this would be a typical product number, which is kind of, this might mean that this belongs to this department, this kind of item, this number, whatever. It's hard for us to like parse it out. And someone might say, well, I just want to know what department it is. Or in this case, what the ID is or something like that. So what I'm going to do over here is I'm going to write, for example, say that the department is CL. Now, CL is the company, whatever, company Claire bathroom items, whatever. And BA would be department, like this is bathroom departments or dining or whatever these can be, what that can be. So that's the department, the things in the middle. So I'm going to go overhead in here and I'm just going to write BA. I'm going to choose one of those and I'm going to write BA, click underneath. Then I'm going to go to flash fill and it goes in there and it figures out that that's what I needed. So it's easy to parse out information. ID, the number would be the 40. Oh, thank you. I'm not sharing my screen. Thank you for telling me that, you guys. Otherwise, I'm flailing in the mud. All right, so here we go. Let me go back to Excel then. Thanks. So I was in product info tab. And over here I have a combined number, and BA is the department. And over here I just need to write the department. So I wrote BA, which is the middle of that. Then I hit return or enter, or I click on the bottom one, and then I do flash fill. And Excel can figure out that it needs to go in there. Of course, this number has to be written in the same exact pattern. There can't be suddenly, 3 letters or something. It has to be in the same mode. I can write 4092 because it's the ID number, and I click in here and I flash fill, and it brings all those numbers out.
Hmm.
Pretty cool. If that worked for you, let me know.
Where did you find the blank?
Okay, so these over here,
No, the sheet, the blank sheet.
yeah, so
Oh,
on
it's under that?
at the bottom, the second one was emails, the third one is product info.
Oh,
You might be scrolled up or down, make sure that you're in 1A, and then there it is. Did you find
Oh.
it?
oh, okay, yeah, all righty. Got it.
Here's where I just wrote, and maybe I'm gonna write CL-BA. I don't know, that one this time. And then when I do that, it knows to pick up the beginning and the second, which isn't really department, it's company plus department. But anyway, it knows what to pick. So I'm gonna go back to BA. You need to hit return or enter. You have to finish this one up to give it a pattern, and then flash fill. And here I have the number 4092, and then flash fill. If this worked for you, give it one more screenshot so that you can show me that one. But I want to say that, what about it? What if it's the other way around? What if I had these two? I'm going to copy, I'm going to put these numbers over here. And this would be more typical, that over here, I might want to do the combined. Well, that's going to work too. Because now I'm going to write BA-4092. I'm telling it to combine those two, and I'll say flash fill, and it combined those two. So it works to open it up or to combine. Combine is what I did here already, but we added stuff. We added the gmail.com. Here, all we did is combine these two columns into one number. And that's how you come up with the product ID. Say that I had, I'm going to delete this again, and I'm going to put these two here and put CL over here. And see, I'm not going to write CL 4 times. I'm going to drag this down because CL stays and it copies. And now here I'm going to combine. And now here I'm going to say that the first one is CL-BA-4092. Hit return and then fill, and it knows to go to all 3. So I created that number. That here we took it apart, and here we create the number. Does that make sense? If this is working
Makes
for
sense.
you, then if it's working and life is good, then give me a yes. Okay. Hi, Brenda. Welcome to class. Let me see for a second what's happening. We're about to go on break. So
Diana, sorry, but
who is it? Sorry,
that's
what's
Brenda.
Brenda?
I'm trying to do the flash fill again on that second practice, and I can't find it again. Can I show you my screen?
Yep, share your screen.
Okay. Let me just minimize it. Sorry. Share screen.
Okay. All right, so
Let me just move you, there we go.
you can see,
Okay, so I'm
so-
on the data.
but first you need to see, you've clicked on something else, so that's not gonna work. So it's never,
Okay.
gonna you need to do it now. So delete that, click away, and then start again. Like the pattern needs to be just now written.
Okay,
Now, in the data tab,
right here.
yeah, so under validate, so go down with your mouse and move to the
Uh-huh.
right, and that little arrow under validate, nope, the next one, we need to find the one that says flash fill. Where can you have your flash fill?
What if?
What version of Excel do you have? Is it newly installed?
I honestly don't know. How do I know
Go to
that?
About Excel? Yeah, you were the one who had a very old. Yeah, you have 2011. You don't have that feature. I remember now that you had a very old one, remember? And I had forgotten. But now there you go. That's an example of it didn't exist yet. Okay.
Okay,
It uses
so I
more
will,
intelligence and stuff that you didn't. All the stuff we did up until now, filling to the right, filling to the left, Saturday, Sunday, all that, it was been there for years. But this flash fill, maybe it's 5 years ago, but for you, who you're, you know, you're like 15 years,
okay,
or whatever, it doesn't have it. Okay,
okay.
that's fine. It's okay, just doesn't have it.
So what do I do with my screenshot?
Just write, do not
Just-
have that version and do a screenshot of that, like right in this
Okay.
next cell, and then post that, and then I'll know why. But that said, you might want to look into downloading for free, like I showed Alan, the
Yes.
version instead of living with the old one. But
I think I will do that after the class today and try to get it installed. Can I show you? I'm trying to do the Padlet the uploading, but
Okay.
it's saying that it's not able to. Let me show you
go
what
ahead
it's
and show
saying.
me. Today in my other class, someone said that they were saying that I had to approve or something. Is that saying that? Someone, it was so weird because I've never had to approve, but.
It
someone-
just says there was an error loading your attachment.
Well, try again.
Maybe
Yeah,
I
careful.
have,
Hold on. You don't need to do an attachment though, so maybe that's what's wrong. Go ahead and share your screen. Because it's not an attachment. It's. let
I'm
me-
not sharing it right now.
No, you're not.
Okay, share screen.
Okay. So click this off. Yeah, click on that so it goes back. Delete draft. Okay, and now let's try one more time. Write your name. Okay, and then down, you need to go to, not that one. Not to the left, no, the furthest left one. No, that one. That's the upload,
Okay.
that one. And then you go find your screenshots, which I see up there at the top, at the very top.
Oh, it's actually this one.
Okay. Okay, so say cancel. And go up to that one again. Go do that for one more second. Go to where it says today at the very top. The very top. Click on the first one up at the very top. That
This
one.
one?
Yeah.
But that's from last week.
Well, it says today. Oh, July 3rd. Oh, so you don't have it. Something
It is here, but it is on the bottom.
Okay, but let me just see. It's weird that says no date. Go and give me the one from last week. I just want to see if there's something wrong with the screenshot, or just go to the one that says
Okay.
doesn't matter. Say open or whatever. Yeah, so that's different. I do not see what the problem can be because it was correct. It was a PNG. Go ahead and cancel and try again. Maybe after we're not zooming. Sometimes when you're doing Zoom, there's lots going on. I see another
Okay.
window right behind. Go ahead and
This one, yeah.
yeah, close that window. Go ahead and say it's not letting me. I'll try again later or something like that. And then see if that's happening. But it worked before. I know you've posted before, right?
Yes, I did not have
Oh.
any trouble. My question is, I did not use the link that you submitted today. Do I have to use that link or can I use
No, as long
the
as
one
it's,
from last week?
yeah, it's the same one.
Okay,
Go ahead and say submit to this one to see if without an attachment it submits.
submit.
Yeah, it does. Sorry, if you couldn't save your changes, please refresh the page. Go ahead and refresh the page. You know how to refresh the page?
Yeah.
Over here on this little guy, or reload the page, that works too. And establishing, yeah, so something is up. This is why it's not letting, go ahead and.
Some cookies or something that I need to
It was
unlock.
asking you, are you sure this is good? Are you sure this is safe? So now that you've refreshed and you said, yes, it's safe, try and see if now it lets you post. I think that was a different kind of issue happening, but let's see.
Okay,
Try to upload it and maybe this time it'll let you,
I'm gonna do the one from last week
yeah.
just to make
Try it.
sure.
just to see if it works this time. Yeah,
It's uploading, yeah. So it's, yeah, I will try it then.
now you can do it. Okay, great. Yeah,
Thank you.
something with a connection to the lab. Okay, guys, hopefully you're all posting. I am seeing a couple of you guys post. Oh, here's Linda posted, Becky, Lorena. That's it. Linda, Becky, and Lorena are the only ones who've been posting. So if you haven't posted yet, and I'm talking to Elaine and Alan, because you're the other two who are in the class, and Brenda is doing what she can, then give me a.
Would you post the screen that we're supposed to be working on so that I can figure out what I'm to put in my worksheet?
The screen we're supposed to be working on? You mean this?
The one you just worked, no, the formatting screen.
Oh, the Excel.
Yeah, the Excel.
Okay. So, Excel, here we go. So it was that third tab. You said you were having a hard time finding it. So did you find this tab or not? Or do you want me to?
I keep losing. Oh, I've got this. I think I've got it right here. Yeah.
If you share your screen, I can help you unhide your taskbar. How do we do
Okay.
this? I'm gonna share your screen one last time and then I'll help you with something and then you'll be fine after that.
Okay. I'm sharing.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna say request remote control. Can you say yes to that request that
Approve.
on your approve? Okay. Now don't move your mouse anymore. Okay, don't move your mouse. Let's see if I can do it. I'm gonna right click on your taskbar. There it is. Okay.
Hmm.
Now we're gonna go to the taskbar settings. And now on the taskbar behaviors, location, go back to taskbar then. It is in taskbar. Always hide labels. Never hide labels and location on the screen bottom. Show badges. It doesn't have select which icon. I don't have the choices. Linda mentioned that it would be something called taskbar behaviors to unlock the hide the taskbar, but this one doesn't have that choice. Oh, always hide. This is labels, which is different. So yeah, Linda, are you? No, that's Becca. Becky. Okay, I don't see the behaviors. And now you have all the names, which makes it, you know, when taskbar is full, don't put the names. Scroll down. It's not there. That's all I can find. Yeah, so I don't know, what version of Windows do you have?
I don't know.
Looks like 10. Let me close this for a second. And Or this, and if I can get to your desktop, I can right click and let's go over here and write type.exe to see if it tells us. No. Shoot, how do I find out on your Windows what version of Windows you have? It looks like 10. I'm pretty sure it's 10, not 11. Yeah, it's like 10. I don't know. Something I can't, it's not working for me anymore right now. It stopped working, and it's probably because I'm trying to do too many things. All right, go click on, you do it. Go click on the word Excel here in your taskbar that now it's not responding to me anymore.
Okay, do I go out of
Here.
the screen?
Click on Excel. No. Just, can you see
All I'm
where,
saying, all
What
I'm
is
saying is, do you want to allow this app to make changes to your device?
oh, that's what's happening. Go ahead and say yes.
Okay,
Yeah, because that's why it wasn't letting me do anything, because I had asked it to change some settings. Okay,
oh,
just go ahead and go back. You don't seem to have the choices, so go back to Excel. Click on
how
that.
do I do that?
Do you
do I-
see what I'm pointing on your taskbar to the word
I
Excel?
can't see anything, but do you want to allow this app to make choices,
Then you need-
changes?
Then you need to say okay to that, because it won't do anything other until you say,
And it keeps, oh, I need to have the password for admin.
okay, then say no, and I won't change anything. Say no for now, and that's fine.
Okay. All
Okay.
right.
Now, this is where you need to click on Excel to bring back your Excel sheets that I hid. Yeah. And keep working, and yeah,
Yeah,
Just-
where am I? Flash fill?
click on, yeah, that's the one we're working.
Okay.
Okay,
Now I need to see your worksheet so that I can do my work on this one.
Hi there, everyone. How are you doing?
Oh.
The
so
reason you got to this video
Alan,
is because I have asked you
Alan,
to download.
you need to stop that video.
There we go. Okay, that's what I need.
So while you look at that, I'm gonna call for a break. What time is it? It's 2:24. So 2:34, 2:40, is that 15 minutes? No, 15 minutes from
Close
2:25,
enough.
okay. So be back by 2:40 PM. I think that's 16 minutes, but it's about to change. All right, let's take our 15-minute break, and I'll see you guys in a few minutes. Do you want me to keep this shared, Elaine? So that you can see it?
Yeah,
And keep it
yeah.
shared?
Now I have to find my screen. Where's my screen?
Well, if I'm sharing, it's hard to find your screen. Let me stop my share, find your screen, and then I'll share one more time.
Oh dear, I'm sorry. Okay, I've got mine.
Okay, now I'm gonna share mine. I'll make mine smaller so that it's easier to hide mine a bit. Is that better? Were you able to find it?
No, oh, gosh.
Oh, you know what?
What?
Go ahead and use the taskbar to pull yours up and to pull the zoom up. So if you're only seeing mine, then go to your taskbar where I've pointed before, the black line in the bottom, and click on the Excel. And when you click on that, it'll pull it up. It'll be on top of Zoom. That'll be yours. But you need to use your taskbar to be able to switch. right. It doesn't matter. I did see that you had done this piece. Okay, so
Yeah.
do that. You don't need to do the second one. Just do this and do a screenshot of that, and that's good enough. And if you have a chance to do this one too, do it. All I did was write it backwards, right? So you can even do it here. You can do exactly the same thing without rewriting it. You can go over here and write BA-4092, right? And hit return. And then when you do that, it's going to pick up from those two. I just wrote them again, but there it is, and it'll do that. So I'm deconstructing and reconstructing. So you can ignore this, just do it there, or don't do it. As long as you did one, you got the message. And as long as you did the emails, you got the message. It's okay. All right.
Okay, I see.
Stop my
Okay.
share so you can find your own, and also so you can take a break, because all of our brains need a break, or we won't be able to function till the end of the class. All right. So I'll see you at 2:40. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. We still got a few seconds to go to 2:40, but if you're around and you are in front of your computer, either turn on your videos or give me a yes to show me signs of life. And then we'll continue. Hey, Lorena, looks like it's you and I. Oh, there's Becky. All right, anyone else who's here? Please, if you hear my voice, come on trundling back. This is me calling everyone to the computer. All right, Alicia, you're here. All right. Anyone else? Linda's here. Okay. It just flipped to 2:40, so I am going to get us going. I have a couple more things I need to show you today, including working with formulas that we started last week, and so that's what we're going to focus on right now. And a couple more things about formatting, and then we're going to move on. Well, and then after all these things that I'll show you today, we're going to be doing some work with printing, and then we're going to be done for Excel 1, and then we're going to move on to Excel 2, which, by the way, Excel 1 and 2 have the same Padlet. So if you guys between the end of this class and next week are working on stuff, please keep posting on the same Padlet because it's the same one. The class exercises will be different. So once I have, for those of you who are in Excel 2, once I have class exercises for Excel 2, I'll post them and we'll download those. That'll probably happen at the beginning of next week and you'll get the whole email again. If I don't have a lot of new students, which I don't think I have in the roster, then the first day of Excel 2, we'll just do the first day of Excel 2. Sometimes on the first day, remember that I had people come in at different times. I won't do that. But that said, if there's a lot of people here in this class who still haven't been able to get Excel, I really want you by next week to have Excel for the beginning of Excel 2. And if you need my help, let me know. I'll teach you, I'll show you how to get to tech support if I can't help you. I need everyone to be able to just get to the applications quickly so that we don't spend any time on that. That way we can do every single moment of Excel 2 can be learning new stuff. All right, I'm assuming by now that everyone's back. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen again. Oh, that's not what I wanted to share. I mean, I do want to share that, but not only that, I wanted to share that plus this plus this. All right, I had to click every time, everything I share. All right. So what I want us to do now, make sure you've saved, make sure you've posted, and I want us to go back to the file that we worked on the first day, or not the first day, the second day, yes, last week. And remember that over here under begin, we had created this ourselves with different colors or whatever, but we had formatted all of this. Then we had a place called practice where we just did some, learning about widths and stuff. And then we went to formula practice. And this is the one that we finished in last week, where we began to learn about formulas. I'm going to do a quick little review about formulas, and then we're going to really go ahead and apply them. And we're going to use this formatted version, which is the one that was already there, to work on applying our formulas. Okay. So if you can open the file, it was called Excel 1 Begin Formatting Formulas, and go to the tab to the sheet called Formula Practice. Once you are in the exact same spot that I am, then give me a yes. If you don't know how to get here, if you need help getting here, if you can't find it, anything like that, then go. Now yours might not look exactly like mine because you might have not written all of these things, of course, but at least you did the whole, like, at the beginning. These 3 columns for everyone should be the same because that's the work that we did. And if you don't have this at all, then I can quickly email you of this file so that you can open it from your email, so you can continue from where I am. Okay? So I'm getting yeses from 3 people. Lorena, Alan, and Alicia. Can I help you find the stuff?
Can I actually get a copy? Because my internet was being funny last time and it disconnected and I like towards the end of the
Fine.
class.
Let me email you.
Thank you.
Remind me your email.
It's the L Rodriguez 5 at
Oh.
Pipeline.
Give me a second here. There it is. El Rodriguez and there. Fine. Perfect.
Yes. Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Let me get you the file. And it's this one. Upload and Excel file. Send. Okay. There you go. All right. So you will be a yes soon once you open it. How about Alan and Elaine and Alicia? Did you find this file? And if not, this is the time to help me to share your screen for me to, oh, Alicia, you wanted it too. Okay, let me go back. Remind me that if you have a chance to give sound, or if someone sees that someone wrote, Alicia had written, yes, I need it, but I hadn't looked at the chat. The chat is the hardest one for me to see. So if anyone sees that she wrote it and I'm emailing at this point, someone, can you say, oh, Alicia needs it too, or something like that? That would be helpful. So, Alicia Orozco, is this you, 18? Excel.
Yes, that's me. Thank you.
Good. And then there's the file. Okay. And send. Okay. Cool. Anyone else who needs it?
Yeah. Yeah, I have
Elaine.
an issue with it.
Okay. So go ahead and share your screen, Ellen, and then you, Elaine, I know you had it open from before, so you have it there somewhere unless you closed it. So I'll help you in a minute when you share your screen. But right now, Alan, can you share your screen?
Yeah, I have, sure, but it's a simple problem.
Oh, well then tell me, what is the problem?
Because I have a screenshot of that page and I could open it with Adobe Photoshop, but I don't seem to be able to open it with Excel.
Go ahead and share your screen.
Okay. Let me
I need to see what's happening.
just a second. Let me go to see. Okay,
Just share
okay, I
twice.
can share.
Okay. All right. So this screenshot we don't need, and you probably did a screenshot. So go up to the top and close Photoshop completely. Go up to Photoshop and say quit.
Okay,
this is
but
On the very
I can
top,
show it with Photoshop.
say quit. Go all the way to the
Click
bottom.
Photoshop.
Okay. And now,
Okay,
not opening
quit.
from here, you're going to go to your Finder. So go click on your Finder. Okay. And then the file that we're looking for, actually, you know what? It's better to go to Excel. You're doing the same thing Elaine was doing, which is you're moving your stuff out of the way. So click on Excel. There it is. Can you grab this and drag it up? Yeah. Okay. And now go up to File and Recents, and we'll see if you have the one from last week. So go to File and open Recent. Hold on, and let's see if we find the one you worked with last week. Nope, looks like you opened a lot of others, but not that one. Or if you did open it, but you didn't save it. Okay, but go ahead and go down to the next one, page layout, print practice, and you'll see why. Click on, no, go say open recent where you were. Down and choose the second one. Open that. Because wherever that is gonna tell me where you have the rest of the files. So do me a favor and go up to the file name at the top. It says Excel 1, print layout, print practice. Right there where you see that your mouse was just there. See the name, Excel 1, page layout, print practice, put your mouse over it and do a right click. No. Your mouse was right next to it. There, stop. Stop. Let me give you a tool here. Here's where the file name is. Do you see that now?
Oh, here.
Excel,
Oh.
yeah, there. Do a right click. And that you have it in Excel 1 stuff on your desktop. Okay, that's key. Now I know where all your Excel stuff is. Okay, so now let's go to your Finder window right here. Click on that right there. Yep. Go to your desktop. Go down to Excel 1 exercises right there because that's where you had them before. Double click on there.
Oh, that's blank. I don't know why.
And unless you
Maybe
move
I've
them,
taken it.
you have a folder without your files, then go back here to Excel 1 stuff, yeah. And then maybe you have them under simple exercises. I mean, I don't know, it's under one of these. Oh, there it is. There it is, slash, here it is, up here. This is the one that I need you to open.
Uh,
Oh, that one,
Oh, the top.
Yeah.
The top one?
double click. Okay, there we go. This is the one, and you're starting from the beginning, but that's okay. You don't have the file that we worked on last week. I don't see it there, so don't worry. Right now, we're gonna use this, okay? This thing that you have here to do the next learning period, okay? So you're fine, you got it. And
Okay,
Elaine,
thank you.
can you share your screen so I can help you find yours? Alicia and Lorena, did it work? Were you able to open the file that I sent you? Oh, well, there you go. You found it. This is where we are. Go next to the next tab to see where it says formula practice to see if you got. And that's the one. Yeah. Good. Looks like I'm not sure that you did the formula practicing, but you do.
Yes, mine opened.
Okay, so good. So then let's go back here to formula, to the begin tab, to the first tab. The first one, the one called begin. No, not the file. You're in the right file. The sheet. Okay, so in here you have 4 sheets. You have begin, practice, formula, and formatted. Do you see where I'm writing? Over here. Sometimes I don't know if my red stuff that I draw doesn't appear for you. Do you see my red big? No, stop. I don't know what you have in the way that you're not seeing it, but over here on the sheet that you are looking at, yeah, go to this sheet. No. Okay, stop. I'm not sure that you're seeing. Click on the Excel sheet, not the app now, but there, yeah, click. Just click right now where you are. Just click your mouse. All right, then you're not in Excel. If you're clicking and nothing's happening, you're not in Excel. Where's your, move your mouse? Do you see numbers over here? Maybe you're not seeing this. Do you see the word San Francisco, Los Angeles, Chicago, Atlanta? No, then you're not seeing it. Okay, so then click on that one. Yeah, click on that thing. Yes, click on copy of Excel begin. Click on that. It's not coming up to the top of your screen? Yeah, now you see it. Okay, you didn't have it light. Okay, now go over here to practice formula. You must have Zoom in the way or something that you're not seeing it. Can you speak, Elaine? Because you might be speaking to me and I'm kind of guessing because I don't hear you. So your sound is off. So all this time you might have been saying something and I'm not hearing you at all. I'm just going by your mouse. Yes, that one. You're in the right spot and I can't hear you again. So if you're speaking to me, know that I can't hear you. You're in the right spot. Stay there. We're gonna use this page then. I'm gonna stop your share. You're in the exact right spot. Okay, all this time you were muted, so anything you said, all this time, if you were saying something, I have no idea what you were saying. So in case you were saying something, you wondering why come I'm not hearing you, it's because I wasn't hearing you. So unmute yourself for the next time that we share so that we can talk. Okay. So guys, we're gonna go to this one, and I wanted you on practice, but let's go to formatted. I know everyone has this one. Everyone has this one because this is the one that I gave you at the very beginning. Okay. So what I mean is begin, practice, formula, and formatted right here. And I'm gonna point to what I'm talking about, which is right there. Those are the sheets. And I want you to be on the last one, okay? Formatted. And you should be seeing this exact stuff. Okay, we're gonna start with this one because I know that no matter what, everyone has this one. All right. So let me clear everyone's feedback. And here we go. Okay, so last week, I'm gonna have a scroll down, that way we can stay in this sheet and not have to worry about other sheets. Scroll down and kind of like around row 25, I want you to put in a number 2 and then tab and write the number 5. We're just doing a quick little review of how we write a formula. So we have a 2 and a 5. And then select the cell that's right next to it. All right. I want people to unmute themselves because I want people to answer, and I want to hear your answers. What do I need to do? First of all, if I want the result of 2 plus 5 to show up here, what's the first thing I need to type in there right now?
Equal.
Equals.
Okay, so I start by typing in equals. Then I need to add the numbers 2 and 5. Is that what I need to do?
A,
E22.
Yeah, no, not 2 and 5, but A1 plus, sorry,
A25.
5
A25.
plus B25, okay? Or like I like to do, I'm gonna click on A25 and then it gets written for me. Type the plus sign and click on the second one. I kind of prefer that system, but you can write A25, upper lowercase, doesn't matter, plus B25, and it'll be exactly the same. How do I get my result? This is the formula now. How do I get my result? What do I need to do with my keyboard or my mouse or what to get my result now?
Enter.
Enter.
Turn.
All right.
Enter.
So here's my result. When I click on it, the only place I see the formula is in the formula bar. Okay. I see the formula bar there, but when I'm here, all I'm seeing is the result. All right. So that's how I made a formula. Now, the fill box allowed me to pull this formula down. And what's happening here is that the formula, and I'm going to go ahead and double click so you can see what it says, with A25, B25. When I got to this one, it turned into A26, B26. What Excel did was think, okay, you pull me down 1 row, so I'm going to change the formula and use a different reference file. It's referencing now the 1 row down. You pulled it down, whatever, 5 rows down, and so now it's referencing 5 rows down. Okay, A30, A30. So this is what the fill box does in a formula. This was correct because it's this plus this is nothing. We're going to put 4 plus 8, and yep, it's going to give us 12. So this is just review of last week. Okay, a handmade way to write a formula. Hopefully you're able to get this done. If this did not work, if you don't remember how to do this, give me a raised hand or a no. And if it's okay, then we're gonna move up to the existing place. I'm noticing that I'm sharing. I'm not sharing the Finder window. Yeah, I was sharing something bigger and then you couldn't easily see my examples. Okay. All right, I'm not seeing any no's, so I'm hoping that means that you all were able to do this. And, you know, put any number here, numbers that you can easily, you know, corroborate that this is true is correct. Now, can you as easily tell me if this and this and this is correct if I put a total over here? Unless you grab a calculator, I would not be able to put a total in here and tell you if it's correct, if it adds these three things. My brain doesn't work that way. Some people's brain works that way. My youngest son can look at these three and just boom, add them up. I need Excel or a calculator. So if I had three items like over there, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna delete this and I'm gonna put a number, whatever, 4 over there and a 3 over here and a 2 over here, it doesn't matter. And now the formula would have looked this plus this plus this. And when I hit return, that should be correct. As I pull it down, this should be correct and this should be correct. Okay. Now you probably have different numbers. It doesn't matter. But what matters is that now you have the 3 columns in there. And it's adding up all 3 numbers to give me the result. Okay. So this is the total of whatever it is that these numbers were referencing. All right. So you can have as many as you want. At some point though, you have, so you could, for the plus sign, you could always handwrite the formula yourself. But as formulas get more and more complicated, this times that, divided by that, on top of that, percentage of this, it becomes a little bit harder to remember them. So Excel has some formulas memorized. And instead of formulas, then they would be called functions. So say that I want to, now we're going to go over here to San Francisco. We're going to go ahead and write this one by hand. Go ahead and what should I do here to add these 3 up by hand? Start with the
Equal sign.
Equals. And then just like I did in at the bottom, I would either write B5 or I'll click on B5. Okay, then some people
Plus.
forget. People go on and click on the second one. Then I've changed it. That doesn't work. When you use the click mode, you have to make sure to write the plus to tell the computer what to do. Then that one, plus, and that one. And if you put another plus in there, like you go plus, 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 and you try to hit return, it's going to give you a mistake. We found a typo in your formula. We corrected it and yeah, it's correct. They basically got rid of the second plus. Okay. So that third plus, sometimes you're in a row, and you have one extra. Excel tells you. So there we go. Do I know that this is correct? Unless I pull out a calculator, I do not know. But as long as I trust that I know how to use Excel correctly and I double click on the formula and I check it, and it's pointing to the right things, then that's good. Now, what if, perchance, this, I had written it incorrectly from a typo, and I look at this and I go, I can't tell if it's correct. I hope it's correct. So when you first establish a formula, you should check it. And so the first time I'm going to double click in here to check it, and I go, oh, and if nothing else, I can look at the colors and go, ooh, something's wrong in here. That's not what I was trying to do. So either I look at this and read it wrong. Sometimes you just read it and go, I don't know what's wrong, but just looking at the helpful hints, I'll go, ooh, this is not that one. This should be 5. Okay, that's correct. And as long as I trust that this is adding the right things, the pluses are in the right place, then I'm going to trust that this is correct. Yeah. So that's the way you check on the number, making sure your formula is accurate. If your formula is accurate, and you can check it up here as well, then you know, without having to use the calculator, that this number, Excel won't make calculation mistakes. What it'll do is it'll give you an error if your formula is wrong, right? Like that, the formula is wrong. This plus that does give me that number, but I am the one who made a mistake. Human error, I meant to do that, okay? Now, watch. Based on the fill box that I've been teaching you, I could easily just do this now. And That's it. That's all it took to add all these numbers up. Right? Everyone do that?
No.
So get your first formula in here. And if it's working, double click, check it. If it says equal B5 plus C5 plus D5, if that's what it says, hit escape to get out of it, then grab that little fill box and pull it down all the way here. And I'm going to go all the way even one more. And then that's should be correct without me checking it. I need to, at the most, I'll check the formula. I'll double click and yeah, it's pointing to the right things, right? But I'm not gonna know off the top of my head if these numbers are correct. If this worked for you, give me a yes. I heard a no over there from someone. So if this isn't working, who was that?
No, that was me, of course.
Okay, so let's go ahead and share your screen. Now, for those of you who want to take a gander at how this might be for the bottom totals, give it a try and see if you can do that while I'm helping Elena. So what I mean by that is, what would be the total of January plus February plus March on that brown total? And see if you can do that. Meanwhile, let me see. Okay, so put your mouse on, yeah. I thought you had it actually was correct, but anyway, go ahead. I had looked at it. Go ahead and click and write it down. B5 plus D5. Perfect. Hit return. No,
Whoops.
wait 1 minute. Yeah, hit return or enter. There, it worked.
Okay.
Now,
Then I can do that.
no, that's not gonna work. It's the fill box, the little tiny box on the corner bottom right.
Oh,
So,
that's right.
yeah,
Yes.
that one. Then you pull down and perfect. Let go of your mouse and la da da da, like a top hat. Magic thing. All the numbers are there. Did that work for you guys, Alan and Alicia?
Yes.
Everyone
Yes.
else? Yeah, Brenda.
Yes.
Just give me a yes. Don't make it call on
Yes.
you.
Yes.
Everyone's time. Okay. Let me show you now what I was asking people to do. But before was this following. I wanted you to see if you could add this total up. But if you did it, fine. If you didn't do it, how do you think I can add these totals with what we know? This
Equals.
total
Equals.
and then
Equals.
okay.
The B5
B5
plus
plus
B-
B6
B6,
plus,
B7.
plus basically a whole bunch of pluses. Is that
Mm.
correct?
Yes.
That
Yes.
give me the right answer? Yeah. So all I did was basically add all these up in a row. If I had a calculator and could do it, that if I double click, this long formula is exactly the same thing as we did before, only it had a lot of pluses, right?
Diana,
It's correct. Yes, Brenda?
for me, it said the dash value. I remember we went over that last time.
For what? For you, it says what?
It didn't give me a number total. It
Oh,
says
Yeah,
the
so it could be
this-
that your window is a bit small. Oh, if it says value, it's wrong. If it's too small like that, giving you hot tags, it's because you have a small
when I click, I type all of the I selected all of the things.
yeah.
Let me share the screen so you
Check
can
it
see
again. Yeah,
But-
let me stop my share and open up.
Okay. But basically,
Just share. First share and
Okay.
then tell me what's wrong. Okay, got it. So
let
double
me
click
open
on
it
your
up.
hold on. I already see what happened there. Can you check your formula?
Yes, I did. But I tried it again and again, and it keeps putting that
Yeah. because instead of going click plus click plus click, go ahead and fix that. Now you need to do B, whatever, 7. Now say plus. What you did is you dragged down and grabbed all your stuff at once. Go ahead and drag it so you can see what happened. That's what you did.
Oh, there we go.
Now,
I
now
see.
you're doing
I
it right.
see what I
Now you're
did.
doing it right. I wanted to show everyone what it is that you had done. But anyway, now you're doing it
Okay.
right. If you hit return, it'll work. I'll do the wrong one and you'll see. So it
There
worked.
we go.
Now,
Okay.
that's why I need to see stuff and then I know immediately what went wrong. But let me just demo you guys what she did because it is an important thing to know. Let me delete these and let me show you what she did because we're going to do something similar later and it can get confusing. She said equals that, right? Plus that. She did it a few times. And what happened there?
Oh, she didn't put a plus sign in there.
Yeah, that instead of a plus is a range. I'm going to undo that. She hadn't done that actually. She had done this plus this a few times plus this. And then after that, she did plus again, but then she selected this group. And if you look at the formula, this is a range. And do you remember the first day I told you that how you write a range number is from the topmost semicolon to the bottommost? B8 through B11 is written this way, B8 through B11. But that does not work in this formula. And I'm going to show you another formula where that does work, but it doesn't work in here. So when she did enter, it basically, well, right now, it's a whole nother mess. Never mind, because I had another thing in there. So it didn't work. She had that value thing. So the only difference is that you can't just do that and hit return and expect it to add. It's just doing repeat. I don't know if you notice that it's repeating. In her case, she had something else going on. So it gave her a value. Word value means it's a mistake. So make sure that you use the plus between each one, which is fine for, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But can you imagine if I had 200 rows and I had to go this plus this plus this plus this plus this and write that 200 times? I would for certain make a mistake or miss something, right? So that's fine for 2 or 3, but it's not fine for a bunch of stuff. So let me show you a different way in which can add this up. And just to learn the different way, go ahead and delete the ones that we've done. Let's go back to 0 on both sides. This is where I was going to do in the practice area and do here the final ones, but that's okay. We can practice it here. So delete what we did, which was correct, equals this plus this plus this was just fine when you have a few numbers. But when you have more, Excel has some functions memorized that you can use that you don't have to go and put each different cell number. Now, the function that's used the most by far in the operation that's used the most by far in Excel is adding, plus. So they made an automatic function. And whenever I go over here in my home tab, way over here, do you see this little like backwards E, which is the Greek lettering? It kind of looks like a backwards 3 or something like that. If you don't see it and your window is tiny, it might be saying, where would it be? Under cells, editing, here. It'll be under editing and it says auto sum. Okay, so I'm going to make it bigger again. But that's what I want. And what this is going to do is make me have this happen easily. Let me show you. I'm going to put my mouse over here.
Where?
At the bottom of January and the total right here. This is where I'm putting my mouse. Do you see me?
Mm-hmm.
Bottom row, column, and January. So I'm going to select. When you select, that's what I want your result. It's the same as before. We went on our result over here. We selected this. We went on our result over here. We select this. Now I'm going to just click one time on this little backwards E and stop right there. Stop right there because I want to show you what's happening here. This is a function. We wrote a formula. This is a function that Excel has created, and it has certain ways that it's described that need to happen, which is you have to say equals sum And then, yes, what was happening before to Brenda? We put in the range of what you want to add up, which is in this case, B5 through B11. So this wasn't so wrong what she did, it was in the wrong situation. This way, you don't have to go this plus this plus this plus that. You just go between here and here, please add it all up. Okay? And it was simply one click. Now, to see the answer, I hit return and there it is. I got my same answer as before. I don't know if you remember it, but it was the same number. Did that work? Let me clear all feedback. Tell me if that worked.
Yes.
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 Most people, yes. Okay, Elaine,
I'm working on it.
right? So let me, it shouldn't be
Oh,
much to
well,
work
oh,
on.
there it is.
So meaning this one is
Got it.
simple. Click on that, click on the sum and hit return. Period. Awesome. Okay. It goes to show, and I'm not going to have us do only this, but again, at this point, if I were to click this little fill button and move to the right, clearly the same thing is happening as before. If I double click, now the formula, the function has changed in that it says C, 5 to 11. And if I go over here, this one says D, 5 through 11. So it knew what to do. And if I double click on this, it highlights the right thing. And if I double click on this, it highlights the right thing. So it's all good, right? Now, let's delete these two totals if you did do that. And let's put your mouse over here. This was correct because Excel, you know, it's good at figuring out patterns and things like that. It figured, oh, I don't know that you really need the second computer in the end. I haven't been using it to demo. It figured that if there's anything that needs to be added here and you're calling for the addition formula, you probably want the result of what's above it. It makes sense that when you click on that, it says, well, is this what you want? Because it makes sense, right? And Excel likes things that make sense. Okay, what if then you needed to add all these numbers up, but you need the result over here? For some reason, there's some other numbers you need over here and you need it here. And I just choose any place away from where it has to be. Choose any cell way over. Here I've got H. Don't choose any of the ones that are formatted. All right. If now I want to add what's over here, it's not going to be easy for Excel to know what to add. But let's give it a try. I'm going to click on that same auto sum. And this time, it opened the parentheses and it's like, okay, I don't know what to add up. You see that? It gave me the formula, the function eSum, open parentheses, close parentheses, and there's a cursor flashing in there and it's basically saying, well, what do you want to do? So now I'm going to go over here and I'm going to select the range from February, from San Francisco to Boston. If I notice over there, the range C5 to C11 has appeared right there. And if it's correct, now I hit return. And yeah, this is correct. In this case, it's obvious that what you want is that, so it made sense. But you can have that anywhere. And when you double click on it, it lights up what you added up. And yeah, that's still correct. If that worked for you, putting it somewhere completely different and you still get the correct number, then give me a yes. And if you need help with this, talk to me, give me a no, or raise your hands.
Yes.
Do it one more time. I put my mouse anywhere. I hit the auto sum. And now it has in this place something it can guess at, because over here, I put it way out there. It had no numbers, but here it's like, oh, I see some numbers way over there, but I see some. So now it's giving me the wrong numbers. It's not giving me the right numbers. Here it didn't give me any. Okay, just select them. But here it's giving me the wrong numbers. What I wanted is the total of the March column. But because Excel has something, it looks around and goes, ooh, is that what you want? And it's wrong. Watch how am I going to correct it? I'm going to say, no. What I wanted is this. So I reselect the correct ones that gets written in D5 to D11. And I hit return. And that is the correct result for down here. Does that make sense what happened? When I first, and you guys
Yes.
might have not, the first time you might have had that problem, but since I had us put this first one way out here where there's no numbers, it didn't know what to do. Now watch, over here, it is over here. I want the total of say January again. And I hit the out of sum. It looks and it goes, ooh, there's a number nearby. So when it has something that it can figure out, in this case, it didn't figure out that I might want those two. It gives you some answer and it's up to you to correct it by the simple method of selecting the correct range. A range is written from the topmost, leftmost to the rightmost, bottommost. So what if I want the total of all these numbers? I could go in here and I can just go click and drag. So that's the total of all the numbers, B5 to D11. Let me see, B5 to D11. So this range includes every single one of these numbers. So now I'm going to hit return, and that's the absolute total for the first quarter for all of the cities. Now, this is kind of useless to have these hanging out there, which is why we tend to do nice formatting so that we can see where those things are. But I could label this and I say absolute total, first quarter total. I could call this one February total. I could call this one, you know, March total, whatever they are. But just numbers hanging out in the middle of nowhere. The only way to know whether they're a number, data, or whether it's a formula, you need to double click. And then you go, oh yeah, it's a formula. Or even better, you don't need to double click. Select it and look at the formula bar. And that'll tell you whether this is a formula or if this is data. But sometimes you have a ton of formulas. It's a big, it's like you have no idea how to even get there. So if instead you do control tilde, and look what I just did, and it's kind of weird. I'm going to go small so you guys can see. Control tilde. Watch, and I'll tell you what I just did. Control tilde. Now, just watch. I'll tell you how to do this. What I just did is I'm having Excel show itself where instead of results, I see the formulas. And right now, the only place that I had formulas was under this, all of these that I had written, and kind of way out here, I had some formulas. Now, how did I do this? What's control tilde? Control key, you all know the control key. And tilde is the one that's right under the escape key. It's like a little squiggle. It's like a backwards accent. So now hold down the control and tap that letter. And then everywhere where you had a result, you'll see the formulas. Now, it's kind of hard when you were zoomed in because, you know, you don't see them, you're only seeing this one. But if you see this one, know that if you scroll down, you should see those. And if you scroll to the right, you should see these. So when you first get a spreadsheet from someone else who made it, and you're like, it's badly marked, it's not well formatted, and you have no idea what is what and where is where. Well, one of the first things you might want to do is control tilde, and that'll tell you what's a formula and what's data. Does that make sense? And then you can even see the formula and see if it's correct or not correct and stuff like that. But once you've done that, for the most part, you can now go ahead and do control tilde again to get us back to our normal numbers, okay? We don't have to be seeing them. And then if you just want to check in, you click on this. No, that's definitely a data. No, that's definitely data. Yeah, that's clearly a formula. Okay. All right, so someone's joining us. Let me make sure that I have participants window. Hi, Michael. No, Michelle. Hi, Michelle. I'm looking at your name on the thing and I got it wrong. Can you remind me per chance your last name? I guess I can open the roster, but
Hi, it's Nick. Let me change my name here.
It
I'm
was,
sorry.
Michelle. It was Nick. You said you were gonna have it at the end. I'm like, hi, Michelle, Michael. It wasn't even that. It was
Yeah.
Nick.
Sorry
Okay.
about that. I'm just watching today, if that's okay.
That's fine at this point.
Okay.
Because, yeah. But we're working right now on the different ways of getting formulas entered, and we did the hand formulas, and now we did the auto sum. All right. If the auto sum worked over here, it's also, of course, going to work over here. Let me this time have you do it correctly. This time, this is where we want that, right? This is where we want to add these three. So let's go and hit on the sum. And yeah, the computer figured that one out correctly. Hit return. Don't pull down the fill button because we know it's going to work. I'm trying to teach you some other stuff. Now I'm going to try to get this one. I do the auto sum again. Okay, that kind of worked. Now I do auto sum again, and this time it's not working. It's the same thing, and the first two it worked, and this one doesn't work. It's not that it's not working, but now that I have two numbers on top of it, Excel figures it's probably more probable. It's more probable that I want to add these two than that I want to add these three. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
it's up to me. How do I correct that? By telling it what's the right thing.
Mhm.
After I do that, probably this one will be correct. Nope, not even. Okay. I thought after you do it twice, it kind of learns, but I guess not. Let me see. Yeah, it keeps wanting, that's too logical. It wants to do that. So I need to keep correcting it. Okay. That said, we don't usually do that. I just wanted to show you that don't just assume that the number is correct and keep going. Always check, right? Double check that the right thing has been selected. Okay. If you had just done this one was correct. This one was correct. If you had just done this, added and said go and kept going because you know it's automatic, you would have gotten this number. And you might have not noticed because I personally, without a calculator, can't double check all these numbers to see if they're right. So I would have trusted. So unless I double click and see what's blue and look at the range, I would have not known it's wrong. So I'm going to select that range and go, ooh, no, this is what's right. I could also, I like selecting. I could also write B7, semicolon D7. I could have done that too. And I hit return. And now that one is correct. And now, of course, the most logical thing for these would have been to just drag down and drag to the right from the fill. So then really, in the end, that's all we needed to do. But I'm trying to show you different ways to enter things. That said, look at the total of these two and look at the total we had come up with earlier on when I said double click, add all these numbers, and it gave me 94,552. And here it's giving me the same number, but it's only adding these three and those three. Like if I look, it's this is equal. And then if I had instead added these, and I still get that number, okay? Because ultimately it's all the same batch of numbers, right? If everything I've just done makes sense, if you're stuck anywhere, if you're like, can you repeat that? Anything you need, please, this is the time to speak up. I'm happy to redo, reshare. I was just doing a whole little block of things and explaining it. I'm happy to rework this. So everyone give me a yes or a no or a help. That works too. And if you don't write it, I'll call your names. I'm gonna go Brenda, Lee, Linda, Elaine, Lorena, Alicia. And Alicia, you're writing yes in the chat. Okay. All right. One last thing. Let's delete this whole row. There's one more way to use the auto sum. So everyone delete this last one. You're all like, come on, you just made me do it. But in the end, see how simple it is after you do one. It's not like it was complicated. But yeah, delete this whole total. And let me show you one more thing you can do. Up until now, I've had you always select the place you want your result. Either write equals and do it by hand, or I've taught you to go to the auto sum and then enter the data. That's what I've told you up until now. There's one more way to do it, and this only works with the auto sum. And I just want to tell you, because some people do it this way, and if someone's helping you, you might wonder, what are they doing? The other way is more flexible, and what I just taught you works for any formula in the world. But just for this auto sum, I could instead have said, I want to add these three numbers right there. I select them first, and then I click the sum button. And it gave me the answer there. The reason this is limited is, for example, if I wanted the total to be here or there, it wouldn't work. The only way this works is it looks around for the nearest empty cell. That's logical. And it gives you the answer, right? So if there is no answer here and I did this, the nearest logical place should be there. If I do that, then I get the answer there. Does that make sense, you guys? It
No.
looks easier, and why didn't you teach us one first? Because this is the only time it works this way. Every other formula we're going to use needs to be done the other way. That's why I'm teaching you the other way. But for the auto functions, this would work. What I mean auto functions, this is the auto sum. You mean there's more auto functions? And here, let me just click and drag all the way through. Yeah, there's more auto functions. Look, under the
Sigma.
The sigma, the backwards looking Greek letter E, which is sigma. Click on this little arrow, and we discover that there's actually 5 automatic functions: the sum, the average, the count numbers, the max, and the min. That's it. These are the only what are called auto functions. It's the only time in Excel that you do not need to start with an equals. Literally, the only time you don't need to start a formula with an equals is when you use these 5. Okay? So for these 5, you can, as I showed you before, instead of reading equals, you just select where you want the result and you click. So what if all of these 3, I click on this thing, it knows that I want these 3. I did not have to write the equals. The equals was written for me. That's what auto sum means, that the whole formula is written for me from scratch. There's bazillion formulas in Excel, and other than these 5, you need to always write equals to use all the rest of the formulas, okay? Or functions.
The auto sum does not work for me.
Okay. I need to see what's happening, so I'm going to stop my share and have you share your screen, because if it's not working, I need to see what's.
Okay.
If everything I've
okay,
been explaining worked for you, give me a yes. And if not, like right now, Alan, then give me a no. All right, so we're going to head over here to the total. First of all, yeah, click away for a minute because your cursor is blinking. Just click away now. Click on the total. You're doing it the second way or the second way? Did you get it the first way?
I'm trying the last.
The second way. Okay, so select all 3. The select 6,000, 3,000. Okay, stop. And now click on the little sigma. Don't click on the total. Now go. No. Now go to the backwards E, the place where you got your auto sum. Do you see it?
Where?
Up on home. I don't see it. You might have it hiding. This is why I hate people who hide parts of their screen. There you go. It's way over there. Okay, so now go click.
Really?
Hold on. I need to find my annotation tools. Don't do anything. Don't do anything. 1 second. I'm going to get my annotation tools. Okay, so now way over here. Do you see where I'm pointing to? Right there.
Oh, I see.
That's your E. Click on that. And there's your answer.
Oh, I see. I didn't realize what you were doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it.
Now, let's do it the other way around. This is the last way I taught. I want you to show me doing it the other way around. Go ahead and put your mouse over here in this cell, whatever
Okay.
that might be. And the right way to do this would be to first choose, no, because we're using an auto sum. Hold on, take that equal out. No.
Auto,
Just first, yeah, select the cell. Okay, stop, go and click on auto sum, way up there, there. Yeah. And now it looks like you had moved and you got your formula in the wrong spot. You have it under March, see? So now hit escape. Escape to redo, hit ESC, escape key. Don't, yeah. And now that's where we want the result. Perfect. So now go up here again and click on the E.
still did the
I
same.
think you
thing.
did a double click. Hit escape again. Hit escape. Let click away and let's start from 0. Hit escape. Escape. ESC, escape, your
escape.
left key on your keyboard, top left key on your keyboard. Okay, click somewhere over here. I need to clean this up. I'm not sure what's happened. Click anywhere. Like your computer seems to be remembering some other pattern. Okay, now select again this cell. Okay, now wait. One click only. Single click right here. Single click.
I did the same thing.
All right, this is weird. I'm gonna have to request remote control because this is weird. Can you say yes to that?
Okay.
Okay, don't move your mouse at all. And I need to get my mouse working. Okay, so if I do it over here, it went here and I can select these 3 and that would be working. Okay, and hit escape. So that's working. All right. So escape. Sometimes the buttons when I'm remote working don't work. Now I'm going to put it here. Hit that. And hit return. Maybe it's just showing itself in the wrong place. Hit
Yeah.
return.
If you press enter, it should equal. It should give you the right one.
My enter or return isn't working.
Oh,
Alan, can you do it? No, because when I'm on remote, sometimes my keys don't. Can you click on your enter or return key, please, Alan?
Enter. Okay.
Enter or return.
I'm doing return.
It's the return
Okay.
key. You're on a Mac. The return key.
I did the return key. Nothing's happened.
Yeah. So there. It just took a second.
Escape.
Something's wrong. Yeah, no, I'm gonna undo. I'm gonna undo that again. And then undo, trying to undo. I can't seem to undo. Okay, we're both moving our mice. It does not work. I'm gonna,
Oh.
you can't move your mouse if I'm moving the mouse, okay? So leave it right there. I need to do one
Okay.
more attempt. And once I finish and I say enter the return key, I need you to, on your keyboard, hit your return key, okay? But not yet. First, I'm gonna click on this thing. And now I'm gonna ask you, go and click your return key. Let me see if it's just,
I just get a click. Nothing happens when I hit the
Return
return
not
key.
working, okay. How about look at your arrow keys and go ahead and click on the down arrow key.
The,
That's another way.
That-
No, you
that
know what's
doesn't work.
happening? I think that because over here it's telling you that it's like, it needs to be updated and you don't have the subscription, it's probably just not letting you make changes, although you did get an adding over there. Yeah, clearly it's not working. Yeah, I don't know why it's not working. Because yeah. Something strange is happening. And I can't seem to fix it. Let me see if I put it down here. I'm trying to click on something else and see the fact that this, hit escape. Can you hit your escape key? I need to get out of that mode. And it's not
Escape.
escape key, yeah. ESC,
Escape again.
the top left key of your keyboard. Hit the escape one more time.
Okay.
Yeah, you're hitting escape. And it's doing,
Yes, I'm
when you hit
hitting it.
escape, it's doing like a different selection. Do you have anything pressing on your keyboard? Like sometimes you have a notebook or the tip of a pen or something that might be doing some other weird thing. Is your keyboard completely?
No,
Yeah. Then
I have-
something
I have no
something
idea.
that's happening here is moving things a different way. See, right now you're just getting selections, which is weird because you shouldn't be getting any selection if you're trying to hit the return. So if I were you, I would close this file and open it again. And let's see if whatever's messing up.
I can't save the file. I can't, if I.
You won't be able to
close it,
know. There's not much to save, don't worry. All we'd have is one formula there,
Right,
so
but
it's
just-
okay. And
It's
class
okay
is
to-
technically over, so just close it, say don't save and
okay.
open it up. I just want to
Close
make
it.
sure that it's working for you, so yeah, say don't save.
I have,
Yeah, say don't save. Now open it up again, and I just want to see if something's wrong with Excel or yeah, double click.
oh, it had stuff.
Leave it there. Don't do anything. Don't do a single thing. Don't move your mouse anymore. Let me test it before we do anything. I'm going to select that and I'm going to hit the auto sum and hit return. Can you hit the return key now? Because now it
You
seems
want
to be
me to-
behaving.
okay.
Hit your return key. Because it seems to be
My
behaving. right
return
now.
key,
Return
my
or enter.
return key doesn't do anything.
Are you sure you're not doing shift or something else? Look at your key and make sure.
No,
Return key. Okay, then
I
something.
just press return. I press return and I hear a
Okay,
click sound.
move your mouse and click, yeah. Nope, it's not working. All right, Alan, your homework is to get an updated version. Okay,
Yeah,
this
I
version.
would love to get Excel 365 if I, Microsoft 365, but
Yeah, so you have, so all you need to do is go to the school stuff over here. And don't move your mouse. Let me be the only one moving your mouse.
Okay.
Go to in here, you're gonna have to sign in again, so I can't sign you in. And then when you're done, you'll be in the page yeah, you need to sign in. I can't sign you in, so you have to do that. And then you'll be able to get it from the place that says Excel. All right, guys, I know that some people need to go, so I'm going to let you go. Here's the thing, I was hoping to get to one more tiny step. So if you can hang in for 5 more minutes, that way next week we start with something else. By the way, don't forget to sign up to next week's class. So I just wanted to show you this thing that I told you that there's 5 auto sums, right? Some auto functions, sum, average, count, numbers, max, and min. And here I have, this is, we've been practicing sum. Here's average, max, min, and count. So what's gonna happen is and this is important, pay attention as a homework. I wanna see if you guys can fill this in. So if I want to figure out the average, the only important thing is I can't include the total. I'm gonna say the average of what was spent in January. I'm going to select where I want the result. I'm going to go up here and choose the average function. And it's going to ask me average of all that. And I'm going to go average of just that. Does that make sense? That's my correct. And then when I hit the return key, unless you're Alan, you should get this number. Okay? And then, yes, you can just pull over to get the rest, but I would venture to say, why don't you just try doing one each time? Max, what does max mean? Max is what's the highest number that was spent in January. And again, now it's pretty easy to see that 6,000 was the one, but what if you have 200 numbers? It's not easy to see which is the highest number. So this formula, you go over here and you go for the max formula of this group of numbers and you hit return. Oh, it looks like there was a 7,000. See, I hadn't seen it. I was even seeing 6,000. That was the highest one. And then min, of course, would be what was the smallest number that got the smallest month, but it keeps giving me the wrong, so I need to just keep telling it what is the data range it needs. That's the least expenses was 1,100. And this one's the only one that's a little bit weird. What's count? It's how many items am I counting? Because if I look over here, it might look like I have 11, the number 11 rows, but other than that, how do I know how many I even have here? Because 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5 are used by something else. So when I do count and I select these, what number do you think I'll be getting here?
Just January.
7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's adding 7 items, 7 numbers, the January expenses. Okay, so it's telling me how many. Because sometimes you need to divide. You're going to go, okay, to divide this by that, and you don't know how many items you have in a big form, in a big page. So this is, that count just means how many items are under this. So if I put over here a count, and then I select all this, it should give me 21, 7 times 3, 21, right? So it's all the elements. So anyway, practice trying to fill this up and post that. If not, at least post this right now. If you did this, give me a screenshot of this. Okay, and then let's move on to having, I will review this next week, but then we have a lot more to do, okay? So let's go ahead and finish this. And I'm happy to stay answering questions, but this was the end product. Again, how do you fill these? Yes, you could just do that. That's truly how you would do it. But I want you to practice doing this again and again. So I want you to practice going in and choosing average and selecting what numbers you want and hitting return. That way you practice it at least 4 times for each one. Does that make sense? That's up to you. If you want to just pull it and give me that number, that's fine, but then you only practice this whole thing once. So practice it a few times and then post it in the Padlet. Okay? If you haven't yet posted in the Padlet, then click on the link to make sure that you have the Padlet right now. I just put it one last time, click on that link, and then go ahead and save this file. And we're going to start on something different next week. Catch up on a few things that we didn't finish this class that I wanted to finish today. And in order to not keep falling behind, I need next week to please have your Excels handled. And if you need help because it's a Chromebook, because it's a Mac, because it's old, because it's new, just either email me, but I can't install things for you, but Santa Barbara City College Tech Support can help you install Microsoft Office 365 for free. Anyone who needs to do that, please do it with Santa Barbara City College and have them walk you through it. Explained it before they had Zoom support. I think that they would still be able to create a Zoom support to help you with it right now. Tell them that you need to do the Excel class and you need to install Microsoft Office and that you need help doing it. That's what they're here for. Okay. All right. Any questions? Now, everyone who needs to leave, you're welcome to leave. And I'm going to stay here answering questions and helping out. The class is officially over. And for those of you who were not yet registered in the Excel 2, please do so. I kind of showed you at the very beginning of class.
Yeah, what hours does the office keep?
To register or to get help?
To register. To register, if I go over to Wake, how long, what's the end of their day?
I think they're there. Let me see, but let me.
Is it in the
find-
brochure? I can look in the brochure if it's there.
Be in the brochure. Otherwise, Yeah, I should. You're asking me if it's in the brochure, but I do not know. But otherwise, you can do it online, just so you know. I can
Oh,
help- share your screen. I can help you right now to do it online.
okay.
I don't see this.
Uh,
So go ahead and share your screen. I'm gonna stop my share. I can help you right now online to sign up. Anyone else who needs help? Okay, so open your internet browser. I think that this is the one that you're probably using. Chrome, I see down here,
oh,
down there. Go to, there we go. Okay, so now go ahead and click on the plus sign in here, and we're gonna go to, see up there, up there. Make a
Yeah.
new browser tab. Nope, no, that's to post in Padlet. I don't want to
Yeah.
post it. I want you to register to class. So up there, look at my screen, way up there, there's a plus sign. I'm probably hiding it with all my numbers now. See that little plus sign right there? No, you don't need to move anything. Yeah, there, that plus sign.
that plus sign. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now go to, right here, you have it saved, go to Portal Guard. That's your access to pipeline.
Oh,
Okay, now say log in. Good. Now go to student over here
mhm.
and registration. First one, yeah. All right, now register, add or drop classes. Now choose over here, summer 2024. Submit right there. Cool. Oh, just say yes, submit, whatever. It'll have you go through, just say submit. It's just asking you. Yeah, so say
Submit again.
submit. It's basically repeating stuff that you've already chosen. So now say submit. It means that you're in non-credit versus credit. Good. Now it's asking you, is this all correct? And if this is all correct, scroll down a little bit, and in the bottom, scroll, and then say continue. Unless you've changed your email address or something, then say continue. Now go all the way to the bottom of this. If you want to answer or if you want to opt out, your choice, opt out. Good. Now over here, continue. This is only the first time you do it online because you haven't answered these questions yet. So now it'll let you. Next time you register, you go straight to registration, okay?
Oh, great.
Now, scroll down, down. And here, right there, you need to type in the number 81206. And now submit changes. Cool. You just registered for Excel 2. Scroll down and it'll show you. Scroll down again. There it is. Now you are registered to Excel 2. All right.
Super. Thank you so much.
In the future, whenever you want to register for stuff, when you try again, it'll use a student registration. It'll come straight here and you put in the CRN that you need right there and submit change. That's it. Once a semester, so in the summer, it asks you that. When it's the first time you register for fall, it'll have you go through that again. And the first time you register for spring, it just kind of, it's a survey. It wants to know if nothing has changed. But other than that, every other time you come in, once that has been selected, then you just need to come here and put in the CRN. If you want to sign up to 4 classes, put in 4 CRNs, click submit, and boom, you'll be signed up to 4 CRNs. Okay?
Yes, thank you so much.
You are very welcome. Anyone else who needed to sign up and doesn't know how to do it online?
It
Then-
said 81206.
81206, yeah.
And when does that finish? When is the last day of that course?
It's 4 weeks, August 8th.
Okay.
For meetings. If you need to miss one or two, I mean, you can catch up, but definitely, it's the same time. We start 12:30. We just finish earlier. It goes to only till 2:45 instead of till 3:40. And
Okay.
that's why we meet 4 times instead of 3 times. Okay. Becky,
Yes.
Alan, Becky, you're all registered. You're fine. Elaine, you just did it. Alan, do you need any help? I think you're also registered.
I
Ready?
need help because I signed in, but then I get a message, your first month is free.
Share your screen. I have no idea what Yeah, oh, you're trying to
Oh.
set up Microsoft Office?
Yeah, I thought
Go ahead, share your
I
screen.
thought I thought I
Yeah,
was
and it's
successful.
asking, if
Okay.
it's telling you that you'll be having a month for free, it's because you probably you put in an email that's personal and not your pipeline email. Go ahead and
Yeah,
you need to use your
Okay,
pipeline email because you're a student and thus it doesn't give you things for, it gives you the whole thing for free. But if you use like a Gmail
did-
or your SBC, UCSB or whatever that you have, then it doesn't let you in for free. Go ahead and share your screen, see if I can help you.
I'm trying to find the the place to share the screen. Oh, wait a minute, let me. There's a share button down below. No, that's something else.
Share again, share twice.
It's a big, it's a Microsoft account web page.
Yeah, go share your screen. I can't help you until I see it. Until you
I'm trying to
share,
figure out how to.
I know, but what I'm saying is focus on that because I can't do anything about Microsoft until
Yeah,
I am.
I don't see an option to share the screen on this page. This
Okay,
is
so go down to your dock and click on the Zoom little icon. And you can say right click and show all windows. In the dock, way in the bottom in the dock, click on the little Z for Zoom icon. And no, I think you have yours on the left side, not on the bottom. And then click on the Zoom and then right click and say show all windows. And you should see your Zoom.
I'm looking for. And I don't know where do I find show all windows? I see.
So in your dock where you go to click on things, do you see the word Zoom? Let me show you what I'm talking about.
Oh, yes, Zoom. Yes, I found the word Zoom. Okay,
Right-click.
now I could share.
Share. Perfect. Share and share. All right. Cool. So you subscribed with a personal email with an outlook.com. See over here where it says add your name? That is an pipeline email. So you're never going to get it for free. Okay. So you need to sign out of this account. So, and you need to start in again. I don't know. I think over here you go to this A to sign out. No, not there. Way over here. Way over here. There's an A over there. I'm kind of hiding it.
I had it. Something was blocking.
Yeah. So it's A. I believe it's A for Alan.
I'm trying to close it. Okay, I got it now.
Alan. And sign in with a different account.
First sign out or sign in?
Or just sign in with another account, which is what I circled at the bottom. That's one.
Okay.
Okay, now pipeline email. Username at pipeline.sbcc.edu. Okay, next. Hold on. It's going to have you go to SBCC to sign in to make sure that you truly are a student. Give it a second. It's going. It's going. Don't move away. You moved away. Please go back here to this one that says my account because that's the one where it's going.
Did I go to the my?
This is the one where it's trying to find your account. Hello. Okay. Okay, just click on this little X and close it because with all the moving around, it probably stopped or something happened. Go back in here to student resources. Yeah. I'm gonna try this again. Head over to Microsoft Office down here on the bottom right. Nope. over here. Yeah.
This page, okay.
Say sign in, and this time, sign in with your pipeline account.
Okay.
Pick an account. That,
It
Yeah,
says
if it's
signed in.
correct. If it's correct, do that one. Okay, good. So now go to install and more. Way over here on the right side, you see that? Yep. Click on that and then say install Microsoft 365 apps. Yep. Click on that one. Hold on. I need to make sure, can you move? I need to read this stuff, and I can't read it until you move, go here to where you have nothing touching. The safest place
Oh,
is,
wait a minute.
yeah, that's not a safe place. Like an empty space, watch, here. Do you see my mouse? Here.
Yeah,
And so in an empty space is where it's good, right there. Click on this space right there. There, and that, move it to the right. Click and drag it a little bit to the right. Yeah, there you go. Not too much. There we go. Now you can see everything. Okay. So now go back. I think we were here in Home Microsoft Office or something like that. That's the one we were in. Yeah. Okay. So I had said install and more, and it was sending you to sign in again. So go over here to install and more again, because I don't know where that one is. Here. All right.
oh, no, I just see. I have to move
You know what?
the window.
Here, give me some, I'm gonna request remote control. I need to help you a little bit because I do need to go. So can you give me remote control? Okay, let me stop you. Don't move your mouse. Instead of having this window be so huge that you have to keep going to the right, to the left, you can just grab this from the corner, okay? Like from the little bit of a corner. And it's better from the bottom, works better for me when I'm remote, and just make it a little bit smaller. That way, now
Okay.
you move it, you can see both sides. Okay, you don't have to keep going back and
Right.
forth. So you made it smaller. Okay, now we went over here and it told us to sign in and it took us here. Now, I think it's going back. Let me see. Does that have your pipeline email? Yeah, it's your pipeline. Okay. So then let's say install Office right there. So to make sure that it was still your pipeline account and not your okay, so now it's downloading. Okay, if you notice, if you go to your downloads right now, I'm going to open up your Finder window. I can't. It's not responding. I need to find Finder. Can you open a Finder window? Maybe it's just I'm doing too much on it. It's downloading. I saw that it began to download. There it is. Click on your downloads. And it's downloading. Unfortunately, it's downloading like 3 times. So I guess that you already did download it a few times. But the first few downloads seem like they were when you had your own, your personal one. And when you go install it, it's not going to let you. So I would just get rid of those. And when so we're going to stop one of these downloads. Right click and
should I delete one?
move it to trash.
You
And then let's see if this one, when it finishes installing, then when you're done, either it'll open up on its own or you need to double click and open it up and follow the instructions to install. But Alan, don't forget that if it asks you again to sign in, you have to sign in with your pipeline account. Okay? So
have to
when
wait
this
after it goes.
when this whole thing finishes, it's downloading right now. This whole
Right.
thing finished downloading. We're on Zoom, it's going to go really slow. When it finishes downloading, when you're left here with a package, it'll say Microsoft installer package. Double click on it and then follow all the instructions. And it'll install. Okay?
Oh, great.
I'm going to stop. See how it's already moving forward? It's already like the pie is getting bigger. It needs to get all the way to the end block, and then that means it's done downloading. So the moment I stop sharing like that, it's going to go faster. And now that I'm about to turn off Zoom, it'll go even faster. Okay. And then
Do you
just
think I'll be, think I'll
double,
be okay from here? to Get
Well-
it working?
double click on it when it's when it's downloaded and follow instructions. And it's usually just click here, click there. At most,
Okay.
it might ask you to put in an account again, and just put in your pipeline account always. If after that it's not working, email me, I can open the Zoom again, but I need to run right now, okay?
Thank you very much. I really
welcome.
appreciate your help.
You're
very much.
welcome. You're welcome. Bye, guys. Bye, Elaine.
Bye. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.